don't know if I'm going to do many more of these on locations anymore. This is hard to do.
5 seconds, Steve.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Vorpal Tales. They did. Thank you very much, Dwayne, for the countdown and lead into the show. That's how you know we're a real production. Yes, once again, welcome everybody. Welcome back to Vorpal Tales. I am Steve, your host for tonight, and tonight we will be playing Mutants and Masterminds 3rd Edition from Greenland Publishing, Future Fates. This is Volume 2 or Trade 2 of our superhero game, introducing our second superhero team and seeing what super adventures they get into. With that, let's go ahead and meet our heroes for the night. Everybody, go ahead and introduce yourselves in the order that we totally agreed upon beforehand.
I am Eldritch Echoes on the internet. I'm Tyler. I will be playing Dr. Eventide tonight.
Oh shit! I thought it was me. Never
Go
mind.
ahead.
You
Go
go
ahead,
first.
Tiff.
Wait. No.
Okay.
No. You go first. Kimchi comes before Pinkies.
Yes. Hey guys, I'm Dwayne. Made a kimchi on the internet. Tonight I will be playing ApoMan.
I love ApoMan. He's so stupid. I love him.
That's it.
I really do. He's just like, you're stupid.
Throw us your pastel pink peace sign, Dwayne.
I saw.
What?
You didn't see the picture?
Of your character? Yeah.
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 Pastel.
He's throwing a pastel peace sign.
It's
All right.
adorable.
He comes in
and
peace.
I love him.
He's right there. Can't miss it. No, there.
It's so cool.
There. Right there.
Yeah. None of those places where Tyler pointed is where
It's fine. It's
Apache
all
Basic
fine.
Man is on that screen.
Who's
And that's the
who's
joke.
introducing?
I'll go next. Okay. Hi, I'm Tiffany and/or /Pinky. Hi, I'm Edihime88 on Twitter, and I will be playing the Teal Hex, who has a really bad taste in practical jokes because moving something half is a prank. We don't question her.
It is, because that person will then have to slightly rearrange their desk, and that's
Boom.
hilarious.
Got him.
Exactly.
Then I'm at Space Lord PJ's. I will be playing the Siberian tonight. I had pizza yesterday, so I won't get hung up on pizza tonight.
Pizza's so good.
And want it tomorrow, so
Problem is, that's one of your complications. You kind of have to get hung up.
Well, I mean, he'll get hung up on it, but me personally, I won't be
Okay.
totally compelled to just eat so much pizza tomorrow. Actually, I had pizza for breakfast. I forgot about that.
And I am Patty Shakes, or GSQD Patty Shakes on the internet, and I will be playing the Obelisk.
The random slip into the accent in the end of that sentence is amazing.
Well, I had to copy the Siberian, he slips into it at the end right there, and I felt out of place not doing it.
So just curious, what does your name mean, Patty? Like your character's superhero name?
Oh, an arbalist is like an old schooly crossbow mechanism.
It is a type of crossbow.
Yeah, it's like I think it's from medieval times.
Robin Hood, got it.
Sure.
Yeah, totally.
Don't say those words together,
Yeah.
please, because we'll be here.
It's a bird
DMCA
that happens to be a robin in a hoodie.
It's It's not even the DMC hit, Patty. It's that me, you, and Sean will do a 2.5 hour long
Oh,
rant
yes.
about the
Ooh.
last Robin
Yeah.
Hood movie that came out.
You know,
How
I had just
amazing
gotten that
it is.
movie out of my
Oh,
brain.
I
had just
forgot
gotten
about
that
that.
movie. I just gotten it out of my brain.
It's your fault,
and now
Steve.
it's all
No
back.
one remembered until you said it.
That is honestly
nev-
true.
I can never.
This is not on
forget-
Patty
And
or
that's
Tiffany.
how
I-
you
It's on Steve.
derail a game, everyone.
I have a prepared symposium for that movie. If anyone's ever interested, just let me know. It's
Zero
a
Dark
full
Walks
like,
Lane.
Symposium.
yeah, it is
Now-
a full-length college discourse.
That movie's amazing for the first 20 minutes of that like bit where they're
Uh,
just yeah.
I'm gonna go order a
Each-
pizza. I'll be back.
Okay.
each of the 5 movies in that movie are amazing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, moving on. 50 minutes to an hour of Patty's bachelor party may or may not have been committed to drunkenly describing that movie to other people.
I think Steven and I deserve a piece of the commission of that movie for the amount of people we have gotten to rent and or buy that movie.
So, yes, once again, hi, my name is Steve. I will be your host for the night. You can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade. And quick plug time. We just want to give a shout out to Roll20, the platform that we use to continue our online gaming, despite us being in many different parts of the country. It's a great platform to be able to continue to do this amazing hobby. Thank you to Sirenscape for all of the epic music we use in all of our games across the Corporate Tales channel. You can't have a superhero game without a superhero score. Also, shout out to N8 Mid for all of our custom Roll20 character sheets. All of our games have these amazing character sheets that really helps us play these characters and not get too bogged down. These character sheets are awesome. And
They're really
please, if you can, give us a like and subscribe or a follow, depending on if you are on Twitch or YouTube. Can't remember which one's which at the moment because brain. But click that button. It helps us very much. Any support at all you can give is greatly appreciated. Let's keep continuing to do this, our favorite hobby in the world for you. And also, you can go check out our Patreon, which is now live at Patreon Vorpal Tales site. We have a lot of really cool tiers for you. If you feel like we deserve it and you are capable at this time, we would appreciate your support. And, and with that, we can jump into the superheroisms. When we last left off in issue 1, you had fought a collection of villains while also diving back into each of the new members' interviews for the team, which still doesn't have a final name, I feel. We're going with Eventide's Eldritch Echoes Angels.
Angels.
I don't know.
Why?
Our DM pays no attention to us whatsoever.
No.
Eventide's
no.
Eldritch Echoes.
Full stop.
Let's type it out for him. Eventide's
Stop.
Eldritch Echoes.
Damn, you got clapped out.
Don't appreciate
He
that at all.
said what he said.
Got treated like a 5-year-old.
All right, you have all lost all of your hero points. Congratulations.
Fine.
Oh yeah, we do have hero points.
Jokes on you.
So
I like
remember-
hard
You
mode.
know what? Actually, that's an abuse of power, Steve. I don't
It
think
is.
you can legally do that.
Oh, I can't.
And I'm not. No, you really can't. I refuse.
Wow, that's unfortunate. Because
Unfortunate for you. Yes,
Mm.
I agree. It's very unfortunate.
So we've revolted. Patty, you're now running.
Yeah, Steve, you don't play make believe the way we liked you to.
Right.
oh no.
You win the timeout chair.
There's a timeout chair? Oh jeez.
Yes.
Okay.
there is.
So we dove into the interviews for each of the new team members. That includes the Arbalist, the Teal Hex, and Apotropazum Man. Somehow, we're still not sure how, but somehow, Apotropazum Man made the team. And that'll be a mystery for another time, considering his resume and application consistently was thrown away, burned, destroyed, or just generally ignored. However,
Maybe that's his superpower.
that is his superpower. Maybe the Teal Hex was using their luck control to continuously make.
Why are you
that
throwing
come
her?
back.
Why are you throwing my person
throw
under the
her
bus?
like
I don't.
that.
I
That's
don't
not
think
cool.
they would appreciate that, honestly.
It was like a
Not cool.
subconscious thing you didn't know.
No.
No,
Not even subconsciously.
I'm pretty sure they would not have appreciated, you throwing them under the bus.
Well,
I mean, sure, they could cause someone to get thrown on the bus due to their powers, but they personally
You're a superhero, you'd live.
thrown under the bus.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, but no one likes being thrown under the bus. It's very uncomfortable, and like the marks of like the tire.
I'd
going
rather
off
be
the-
under the bus than have to deal with Allison.
That's true.
Cool.
What if
Like,
Alice
who
is
is-
driving the bus?
Who is worse, Allison or Apo?
If Allison is driving the bus, then I'm under the bus. She's fucked.
Right.
What's that, Steve?
So-
Who's worse, Allison or ApoMan?
Yes, that's the question at hand right now.
Allison, hands down, is worse.
I got it.
Oh damn!
I got the thing.
That's a real quandary you've done given us.
We'll have to see what happens this episode.
We will. But to finish up the end of issue 1, in the aftermath of the fight in which you defeated 4 villains, the Olympic team, overseen by Allison, showed up, and despite having only helped civilians away from the fight after the villains had already been defeated, did actually take credit for the entire incident, including the defeat of said villains. You saw this on the news as they were interviewed while you ate your celebratory pizza. Congratulations, Siberian.
That's what I do.
And with that, let's congratulate you on the pizza.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what he does.
It does.
right. So, with
I want
that,
pizza now.
we crack open issue 2. We dive in. Back once again, the beautiful, if not mysteriously weird and eldritch Eventide Manor. The estate looks extra nice today as we zoom in. It's been a few days since your last adventure. You've been hanging out at the house, getting to kind of talk to each other, meet each other a little bit more, just hang out. Eventide has provided 3 new heroes with their own quarters area of the house where they're able to kind of set up, live, and so you live on base with the rest of the team. We know already.
Hey, Steve.
Yes.
Shout out AD111 for subscribing.
Oh, hey! Do air horn.
Yay!
Shade 101. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that.
Aren't you?
Very much. Remember, as a subscriber, you can interact with our heroes directly by either messing them up during a roll or providing them with a hero point. We have already kind of gone over in the last trade Eventide's room and quarters, the Siberian's room and quarters. Although I imagine there had to be some renovations done for Siberian, as he wants to probably stretch out and go full size while inside. Or do you stay mostly regular size in the house?
In the house, I would stay.
Also, you remember that room we talked about? Where we interviewed the people that was like all the way to the top of the building?
The Sunless Solarium.
Oh yes, the Sunless Solarium.
Yeah. That's not the
was
only
a
room
single
like
room
that.
just goes the entire height of the house. There's no floor dividers.
That entire
Oh,
wing
man.
is that size for him.
As a cat, I could like stretch out.
In the sun.
Not just that room,
Yeah,
bro. It's that
unless-
whole wing. That whole wing has 40-foot vaulted ceilings.
That might be nice. So every once in a while, he'll like stretch his bulk, but you know, I imagine for most of the time he uses the shrink power. Just
Okay.
like,
Concrete floors too, with like spongy material underneath, so it doesn't sink in too far.
Man, you just got the life over here, don't you?
yeah.
I need to make sure that my room has a balcony because I need to randomly go out naked and sun myself.
So we'll get to that in a
You
second.
have a room?
we'll, get,
I'm sorry. What?
we'll get to that in 1 second. First, the arbalist. How do you decorate your room? You're given free reign to set up, use. How do you live? Like, what is your daily routine? What do you like to have
Ooh.
around you? Just get into your character via your personal space.
Well, okay. Well, the obelisk's room is it's quite posh, really. You look at the furniture, and it's all very modern chic. That chair over there that I never sit in just for show costs $10,000. And the bed, of course, made of the finest mahogany woods, 1,000 thread count sheets, the softest pillows money can buy, goose feather laid with down, with a little bit of memory foam and cooling technology. That's just kind of a sense of the furniture. Now, there is a small, I say small, all the rooms in Eventide Man are quite large. So a small part of the large room is developed to my workbench, where I tinker on different types of arrows to be used in my next outing. Of course, there is, I'm friends with Dale, the DHL man. He is constantly delivering things every single day to Eventide Manor. He is the only one brave enough to approach the manor in all of its eldritch glory. He has just bits of technology, circuit boards, the most expensive random things that you could possibly find that I try to incorporate into my arrows. I once made a gold arrow just to make a gold arrow. No special effects, just gold. There's a lot of
gold arrowhead, or the entirety of the arrow?
No, gold.
I need to interrupt here for a moment. Every time that delivery person comes, in the shadows of the edge of the panel, the Siberian in normal size is standing there. He's writing stuff on his tablet. And you see this for like 6 frames until you finally get into the tablet, and it's accruing the expenses and subtracting.
By the way, I have 100% now written down Dale from DHS as a new NPC in this game.
Yes. Perfect. Go ahead.
DHL, right?
I can never remember.
Because it's not DHS now.
This is not the first time we've talked about
Shipping,
this.
Sean.
Wait,
It's DH.
Department of
Human
Shipping.
Shipping.
Okay.
Oh, Department of Homeland Shipping. Oh my god.
Of course, with tinkering, there are a lot more failures than there are successes. But I like to hold on to my failures just to kind of remind me. And of course, there's a large computer in my room that hooks up to the mainframe of Eventide Manor, as I like to, do a little bit of hacking on the
Limited access. Carry on. Don't ignore me.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Is it not a gaming PC?
Not quite. I have to keep some of my other tendencies at hand, and so sometimes I'll just break into the Treasury Department website and just kind of see how much the president's actually making, and I'll slip into Homeland Security and make sure that they're doing their job properly.
Make sure you're getting your packages.
Yeah, exactly.
DHS.
Well, there was a couple times where I've had to call, and they said they lost my package, and I had to eventually call them out on their shenanigans.
All right.
But yes, in general, that's the obelisk's room.
Okay. Thank you so much. Hex.
Yes. Hi.
Hi. Tell us what your room looks like and how you spend the majority of your off days.
Well, the room looks like a pretty average bedroom. The walls have been painted teal and purple with like the border black, very, very reminiscent of her superhero outfit. She's got a regular, 4-post canopy bed with teal and purple like little lace curtain things on the outsides of it. On the corner, she's got a small little altar where she worships her goddess, where her whole family was very super religious, and where she says she has her powers from. It was a gift from the goddess, so she continues to praise it. And then the other side, there's just like a whole bunch of random like newspaper clippings of like freak accidents and like random like magazine cuttings of just like people having really random weird things happening to them. like almost like she's doing research on like her power, and if there's others like her that have like this weird curse manipulation kind of thing going on. And then you see a fishbowl that has like actual like the goldfish crackers in it.
Okay.
Like instead of like proper like water, it's like
Is it mineral
gelatin
oil?
with like it's gelatin with that's been lightly dyed and with actual goldfish crackers inside of it. Yeah.
So you're gonna make this, right? Like for reals? You're gonna make
Actually,
goldfish?
I will. It'll probably be next month though.
You
But
could
I
do
will
that with-
actually
you could-
make this.
You could do that with resin. Get some resin and some goldfish, and
But you can't eat
I
resin.
want it to be edible though. But yeah, it's gonna. It's like a really weird thing. Like everything else looks normal except for like obviously like, you know, the newspaper clippings and like the random fishbowl.
It's the random fish
And
bowl.
then like there's a really thick journal, like probably about like this thick, of like random allergies that she's like written down of stuff she's like randomly been allergic to.
Why do all of your characters have huge books that they write in?
Well, one of them couldn't read, so
That is
I'm
true.
just compensating. And what Hex likes to do on her time off, she enjoys reading. Obviously, like practicing her abilities, you know, making sure they're finely tuned. And you might see her like sneaking around, you know, the manor, randomly like moving things to the side or moving them like in a different location but not far off from where they were originally, and then giggling maniacally like that's the greatest thing in the entire universe to mildly in someone. So yeah, don't mind her, she's just being weird.
Okay, perfect. So mostly staying in your room reading, but being slightly weird to everybody. Okay.
Like, listen, if you knew you put something down, you turn around and you come back and it's like a foot away, it was probably her.
So-
And you just muted yourself, Steve.
I did. My finger totally hit the mute button. Cool.
Yeah, Jello made
so-
out of clear Pepsi.
Ugh.
Yes. So remember, everybody, nothing malicious has been done there, and you never lost anything. However, every so often, you're pretty sure you put something down in one place, and it's just slightly in a different place, or
Yes.
it's been turned like 90 degrees, or
Yeah, it's just like
the books on your
slightly
bookshelf
different.
get swapped, like just 2 books.
like put upside down. It's just a mild inconvenience, not like, oh my god, this is ruining my life. It's just kind of like, wait, did I move that?
And this is a wonderful thing to have for an artist, because if the background ever gets changed from panel to panel, you can easily just explain that it was the teal hex moving things around.
Exactly. Exactly.
Perfect. So, Apotropazin Man.
Yes.
Yeah, Eventide. Is it safe to assume that Apotropazin Man has the smallest room possibly in the basement, and you're not even quite sure how
No.
he got that room?
Oh, is he
mansion
called?
has this mansion has a total of 10 suites, 48 guest rooms. Also, when we refurbished this mansion, kind of got bored after a while, and we left one corner of the east wing alone. It's still in its original format from late 60s, so it still has like old shag carpet, like it kind of smells weird because it's old. And it's like this kind of pile shag. And the walls are that wooden paneling. When you hit it, it wobbles.
Oh no.
Classy.
And it has no window. Carry on. No, I take that
Nevertheless.
back. That's too easy. It does have a window. It's one of those little tiny ones that's way high up and can't do anything. And like the one square
Oh,
of
like-
sunlight, it's the
it's-
only
it's-
spot in the room that's good for bed.
It's glass block, so you can't see out.
It's dirty, hasn't been cleaned in a couple of years, so the light just is barely able to get through it. Apotroprism, you've been given this amazing room. It was the best room available.
You know what? That's all right, because let me tell you, I'm living in the life of luxury. I went to Olympic City Furniture and got a bed.
We're laughing, but now I'm really weirded out about the conditions on your home planet.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Actually,
So I have my Olympic City Furniture bed, which when I do go to sleep, I'm more floating above it than actually on the bed. I have a nice little, not like a desk, but just like a little nightstand that has a photo of a woman in it. It came with the frame.
Nice.
So every time you guys come in, you're like, who is it? And we're like, it came with the frame.
Now, is the joke the fact that he thinks that's
Yes.
just what you do with the picture?
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
leave
you-
the picture in it?
You
Okay.
buy
For
these
sure,
frames and
for
you just
sure.
hang them around.
Okay.
Like, yes, that
And
is
now
the
this
person
person's
that came.
family.
Yes.
So he just assumes that every picture, every frame ever purchased by anybody, like that picture was just in there when they bought the frame, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's how people make friends. You buy pictures of random people,
jeez.
and then that's how you become friends.
that person is now
So-
your friend.
Yes,
You gotta
exactly.
buy that picture frame, find out who that person is, and then be
Yeah.
like find them on Twitter and be like, "Yo, I got your picture."
Right.
No one said
Honestly,
friendship was easy.
that's
Friendship is very hard.
Okay. Okay.
Honestly, I just
Weird.
picture him like just walking down the street and like randomly seeing someone that looks like the person in the picture. Hi, friend, I know you. I have your picture in my room. It's like,
I
Oh,
live in the
man.
creepy house down the street.
So of course, ApoMan thinks there's an unproportionately high amount of people who are models then, because all of his friends are models for picture frame.
And I also have a very large, like full-length mirror where I practice my, diction and interaction with people and my smiles to make sure that I
are
don't
you a
creep
sim?
people out.
Is that what we're doing?
Well,
You're a sim now?
no,
Practicing your charisma and
I'm-
and all that stuff to get to level like 5 charisma?
I'm trying
what
to
we're doing?
interact with humans as they would. So I'm like, hello, how are you? My name is ApoMan. I know it is difficult to say. And then I smile.
You
No,
have
it
one
is
luxury
different.
from Eventide, though. You don't have a heating register in your room like everyone else, or an air conditioning vent. You just have this thing that emits ultraviolet light. It's always like 90 in there and very purple.
Ugh.
But he's got one of those shitty '60s oscillating fans that just like in
Oh,
the
like
corner.
the actual
Oh, no.
fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the ribbon on it, so you know it's working.
Yeah, like every once in a while, like it's
But he
stuck and it
feeds
does
on
that whole like
ultraviolet
thing.
Yes,
and then, yeah.
I do.
Does.
I need the light.
Perfect. I need the light.
But other than that, there's nothing else in there. There's no like dresser. There's no chairs. It's just my bed, a nightstand, and a mirror.
Do you have
And a
normal
picture frame.
clothes, or do you only wear your superhero costume?
I only wear my superhero costume.
It's from your home planet, and it never decays or gets dirty.
But I do have the one tuxedo.
The one tuxedo. Okay.
Does your
question.
character like shower?
Do you have
Like,
a
does-
pillow?
No.
No. Okay.
Dr. Eventide feels bad enough to provide,
Do you have a blanket?
but no pillowcase.
I imagine this pillow is probably somebody else's pillow and has that like that
Wait.
drool
No.
smell to it.
Eventide
No,
bought him a really
no,
nice,
because I
expensive
really
Okay.
just imagine
memory foam pillow, but it doesn't.
And then
have
it
a
melts. Oh,
Oh,
Do you
okay.
have just a bed frame? Is there a mattress on there?
There's box springs, but no mattress.
Oh my
Because-
god!
Oh my god!
I didn't
What?
know that. I didn't know you had to buy them separately. I thought it all came together.
He thinks the whole thing is a bed. No one understood. Like, there's a bed frame and a box spring and a mattress and blankets and a pillow. It's just like
This
No
makes
bed.
sense because
It does.
nobody will invite this poor bastard into their room so that he can like see how it operates. So he just would have no clue.
Everyone asks, "Do you have a bed?" Right? Yes, I have a bed.
Oh,
Okay.
I want to adopt him. Oh my god.
I'm giving everyone a heads up. There's definitely going to be a session that's just like 2.5 hours of ApoMan going out into the world and just having a day where he goes shopping and talks to people, and that's it. That's the whole issue.
I feel
like a George of the Jungle kind of thing.
No, I feel like that's going to be like the best ASMR episode. And I can just sit here and just like, yeah, okay,
Yeah, everyone just
That'll be
mutes
the issue
themselves.
when
Just
we're
let them
fighting.
go.
That'll be the issue when we're fighting the cosmic level villain in the final showdown, and it keeps jumping from the fight to him in a shopping mall. Because he didn't get the memo.
Because he didn't get the memo that the final fight was happening.
Oh, poor bastard.
Oh, okay. Well,
I almost spit water all on my laptop.
So what's on store for today?
So as I mentioned before, it's been a few days since your last adventure, since your last tussle with any supervillains or anything really crazy has happened. You've been seeing a lot more of the Olympic team on TV, though. They're doing morning shows and they're just out there doing interviews with everybody. Siberian and Eventide, as the two that have actually directly interacted with Allison and have a little bit more knowledge of the Olympic team from the past. How does this affect you? Are you just completely ignoring it, not taking this into consideration at all, or are you concerned that they legitimately are like on the publicity side of the whole thing, like kind of becoming like the team that you guys are actually out there like doing the work?
Like, I would imagine that
that thing I said, remember that thing? Sorry, you go.
I was just gonna say, like, I feel like the team we have actually does good in the world. Correct?
Yeah,
Like we saved the day.
you did.
I feel like for the Siberian, the publicity is just sort of like he never wanted to be a celebrity hero. He just wants to be a hero. So the fact that they're showboating and always on the news and sort of like, you know, doing that glamorous sort of superhero stuff, like that kind of annoys him even more about them. So he's just like, yeah, fuck that dude.
Remember that thing we were talking about we should have Patty do when we unanimously voted him to be your note taker for this game without telling him ahead of time?
Oh, yes.
Oh, can he not see
Patty,
that
by the
chat?
way, you're the chronicler for this game now.
Yes,
hey,
I volunteered you, so just a heads up. You need to be taking notes of this game for Sean's recap.
Yeah, I
You
need
give
a
Sean
pretty
rough
good
drafts,
synopsis.
but they have to be detailed, yeah.
Starting now.
Now,
All right.
just write a note. Just write a note. There was 37 minutes of game.
And
then
then
just-
Patty's version of like taking notes is to record the session, not realize like he records it and then goes back and like does
So-
notes.
So that actually
Even
works
though
out.
it's on
'Cause to be
Twitch.
fair, playing off what I did last episode, I have been writing down like my favorite memorable moments of the episode. So I have like 3 bullet points right now. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean,
Why
that's,
we voted for you.
Yay!
No, so it's that is what Dr. Eventide has been doing, Steve. Every time he accidentally bumps up to someone who is feeling annoyed or needs revenge on someone, he suddenly remembers how much he hates Allison and her crew. And so whenever those emotions are happening, he disappears into the house. And he has actually spent a lot of his downtime working with reporters of a lot of tabloids and smaller newspapers as he works his way up to the bigger ones, fearing the name of the Olympic squad everywhere. And every time they interrupt one of our things, he's been taking pictures, digital pictures, of them, and then doing really clever Photoshop that makes it look like they caused like terrible tentacle darkness or they caused the building to fall. So we're turning them into self-righteous vigilantes that cause millions of dollars in damage and endanger lives. That's what I'm.
Okay.
Wow.
So, in regard to that, so as of right now, like you said, you're starting off a little bit small. You're going with not just like the tabloids, but like the tabloidiest of tabloids.
the
those
Onion.
real sketchy websites
blogs.
and blogs.
So many blogs.
So right now, your smear campaign is catching on with maybe like a couple of hundred like really weird people on the internet. But for the most part, it's pretty contained, but it's out there, and we'll see where that goes.
Patrapeza Man is excited to learn internet.
I'm gonna do the internet.
Does anyone interact with a Patrapeza Man enough to explain anything to him about Earth or people? Would anyone like to have a scene with a Patrapeza Man in this downtime?
I wouldn't mind it.
Okay.
Also, Eventide does as well. Eventide spends a lot of time with ApoMan telling him about what Eventide's perspective on life and reality is.
Oh god.
A lot, Steve.
A lot. We'll start with Teal Hex. Teal Hex, you just the two of you are walking around the house. ApoMan, everyone's kind of forgotten you're there, so you're just kind of able to walk around and look at things like this is a wall. Cool. And then you bump into the Teal Hex.
Hey, Hex.
Hi.
What
Awkward.
are you doing this awesome day?
Look, don't tell. Okay, it's just a secret. So do you see that? Do you see that little? You see the clock? You see the clock right there on that little table?
Yeah?
I moved it half an inch to the right. Oh my god, Evertay's gonna be so mad. It's gonna be great. I moved his clock to the right. Okay, but don't tell anybody. You can't tell anybody. It's a secret. Do you know what a secret is?
No. And then I move it back to the left just like an inch.
No. You gotta. This is a joke. It's a joke, okay? It's called a prank. It's what humans do to each other as a joke, as to show fun. I'm moving this.
Are you
to
sure?
the right.
Because it looks like you're about to explode.
I'm exploding with laughter. It's the happy noise that humans make when they wish to express positive feelings.
I can do that. Ah!
Awesome. Do it again. Do it again.
Ah!
Now do it faster.
Ah!
Yes, that's perfect. That is laughter. You are expressing happy noises for positive feelings. And you know what? Pranks really make people express this. Pranks make people really express the positive Feelings. So you can help me, but it's a secret, okay? A secret is something that it's only shared between two people. Okay, you can't tell anybody else, just between me and you. Okay? We're gonna play pranks on everybody in the house.
Okay.
We're gonna move things very slightly to either the left or the right of where they are originally stationed. Like that chair, you can move it to the left just a little bit. And that's a prank.
I just go over and I just smack it and it goes across the room. And then I go, ha
A little extreme, but I like it. Ha!
So are we allowed to play pranks on each other?
Don't hit me, but yes.
Oh. That was gonna be my joke.
You know what would be a really good joke you could pull on me? You could, next time we get into a fight with bad guys, you could step in front of me and get hit.
And then the joke be on them.
Yes, the joke would be
Wow.
on them because anyone gets to hit me.
Whoa!
Damn. I don't even know what to say to that.
That took a turn.
Oh.
She has a plan, okay? There's a plan. She's not a complete douche.
Okay, I'm gonna go practice.
So with
practice on pranks, okay? Remember, just move it slightly, not too strong, okay? We don't want to break anything.
Okay.
So
But
with
just
that,
a little bit to the left or to the right.
ApoMan takes his leave from the Teal Hex. Teal Hex, you can have a hero point for that because that was amazing. ApoMan,
Yes.
do you indeed actually go practice a prank on somebody?
I
Yes.
try to. I try to go find the Siberian.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And
He's
where are
not
you-
hard to find. He's a 30-foot tall tiger.
Okay.
So when I find him, I say, "Hey, Siberian,"
Yeah.
and I look around. There's only 2 of us here. We're playing pranks on people,
Oh my god.
Okay.
and it's a secret between 2 people. It's just you and me.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-huh.
And then I take a slice of your pizza and walk away.
I think that's a hanging crime, isn't it?
That's,
I mean, it's
that's worth
probably
a lot
one
hero
of
points.
10 pizzas just in that room at the moment. So, I mean,
No, you're kind of like, the fuck?
I mean, he kind of,
The
he's
house
just like,
has its own brick
huh.
pizza oven. You can always get more.
huh.
From down the hallway, you hear, "Joke's on you!"
And his really weird laughter.
The creepiest
Uh.
laughter comes afterwards.
Okay. All right. Let's see what's on Netflix.
Yes, ApoMan, you can have 2 hero points because those 2 moments were amazing.
They were.
You don't have to be so giving.
Yes, I do.
Oh my goodness. I'm literally tearing up right now.
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm gonna love playing this character. All I have to do is be dumb.
So just be yourself.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that escalated.
Damn.
Just
Oh.
kidding.
New guy
Man.
taking swings.
Just
right?
kidding.
Hit me with the
It's
Ah.
hollow.
All right. So that happens, and it's very wholesome and sweet, and except for the whole "be my meat shield" during fights. And there's an obvious time change. It's not immediately right after. My blush is harsh. Oh my god. It's not immediately after. So a little bit more time passes. Eventide, you said you also wanted to have an interaction with ApoMan. What do you teach him about life and living and
I want.
world?
I
I
walk
want
into
the
your room. at
Wait.
1 p.m.
So the Siberian tries to like be nice to ApoMan like once a week. That's like a life goal he's made. So at 1 a.m. he's actually talking to ApoMan, and he just says, "And that's why waffles are cool," and just walks away. And like, yeah.
Okay. So there's a frame of just literally one sentence of Siberian being like nice to ApoMan talking about waffles. Siberian exits frame left, and Eventide creepily appears frame right.
Hi, boss.
1 p.m. I walk in. Good evening, ApoMan. Suddenly it's nighttime outside. Would you like to continue your lessons?
Yes.
Shall we continue speaking about the horrors of the depths of the ocean, or shall we continue speaking about the horrors of politics?
The politics scares me more. Let's talk about the deep.
Good answer. Good answer.
The ocean is a horrifying place. You should never go under the waves unless you're like me. If you like to be like me, I can make you like me.
I like the sun.
There is no sun in the depths of the ocean. Do you know what
Oh.
Cyclopean means?
No.
Oh God.
Here we go.
There are creatures in the ocean that are larger than the Siberian. And he is Cyclopean.
Wow. Will we meet them someday?
Would you like to meet one?
there are images in the shadows in the back of the frame of these like writhing, twisting creatures, not coming from Eventide, but just the frame and the shadows of that twist and turn with each different frame showing these gigantic, enormous creatures that Eventide is thinking of.
And
you like to meet one?
ApoMan just thinks we're going to the island of where the wild things are.
Does ApoMan want to meet one?
I would. I will greet him as a friend and shake his hand.
I take ApoMan to the docks of our big private lake. I teleport away. Then I reappear next to him, and there's a massive splash. And like the water is like a 5-foot high wave that hits both of us, and we're soaked. And now there's a giant primordial squid in the lake. There's one.
Tentacles are like slapping around and splashing more water up. It tries to like swim deep into the lake. As the water hits ApoMan, though, there's just more steam rising off of him as it instantly just burns off of him. So it's just this shot of Eventide, ApoMan. It's like this wide shot. You're on a dock. There's a 75-foot long giant squid that takes up half of the Great Lake. And steam is just coming off of ApoMan.
Does the squid
then I
actually
teleport.
say anything?
Oh no, this is a real giant primordial squid. This is not a monster. This is an actual giant squid.
Oh, and I just go, if it doesn't say anything, I just go, "It was nice to meet you," and I turn around and walk away.
I put my hand on your shoulder and I say, "Would you like to meet another one?" This repeats several times with large, massive, terrifying sea creatures. And at the end, I look at him and say, "Would you like to see the most terrifying Cyclopean horror that cannot be described from the depths of the ocean?"
Okay.
I teleport a baby gray white shark to him, and I look at it, and Eventide actually shivers. Terrifying.
Baby great white.
Yeah.
Baby great white.
ApoMan stands
Baby
there
great
confused.
This baby
I look at
great
you
white.
and say, "They get larger than that, but I'm not touching a larger one. Fuck that."
And then every quietly in the distance you hear, "Baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark, do 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 do." Okay, I'm done.
And even ApoMan feels the shiver.
Now,
Is Eventide having flashbacks to the robotic great white shark?
no,
Oh, yeah.
no one knows why Eventide doesn't like great white sharks. Not
Okay.
even Eventide.
Not even Eventide? Alright.
I mean, I have an idea.
Now,
probably.
allow me to introduce you to other horrors of the world. The panel switches to us in Eventide's room with his 80-inch TV. The shocked look on ApoMan's face while we watch Tiger King.
Okay.
Not only is he uncomfortable from the content, but he's uncomfortable about where to sit because it's so big. He's not sure where to get like a.
Yes. So, ApoMan, do you have any key takeaways from your time with Eventide that influences how you look at the world?
Sharks are bad, okay?
Yes.
Sharks are bad.
I have learned that sharks are bad, and
Okay.
if my boss says sharks are bad, then they have to be bad because he's above me.
And at the
You
end
also
of
now know
every
what a
training
bedroom
session,
looks like.
Because at the end of every training session, because we do this every day, I remind him that the most terrible creature in existence is Allison. Every day.
Allison is just a plain, kind of boring looking blonde-haired woman in a like business attire. And it's like the most stock photo, like corporate, headshot you can possibly imagine. And she's like smiling and like looking back at the camera. And it's like if you went on the Olympic organization's website and you clicked on her bio, that's the picture he's showing you.
Oh, is her like her hero pose?
Well, Allison's not a hero. Allison is just a person.
Oh,
So none of you have
No,
met Allison.
she's the worst
specifically
supervillain on
yet.
the planet. Don't listen.
Allison. So the Olympic office or the Olympic organization is this corporate entity that kind of oversees the Olympic team and helps with the publicity and things like that for the Olympian, who is off doing Olympian stuff. Allison was basically the head of new talent acquisition, putting together the Olympic team. So she is just like an office crony that she's not even like the CEO of this organization. She's like middle management, specializing in this new team and its current like form. And Eventide and Siberian hate her.
We'll take all of this information.
Eventide also tells you that when you're on internet, clicking things on internet,
yes, on
and you
internet.
read about Karens, they mean her.
Oh.
I will take all of this into my brain.
But that skunk straight
And yes, you've seen my bedroom, which means you have a very strange idea of how bedrooms should look now.
Well, I know that you're a little bit different from everyone else, so I don't think anything of it. I'm just like, well, he's a little weird, so this is what weird people's bedrooms look like.
Plush, super
Perfect.
expensive.
Nailed it. Okay. So with that, we've caught up with the team for a couple of days. Siberian, good job eating the pizza. Have you been working on your own pizza by any chance? You have the brick oven now in the house. Do you want to take up the hobby of pizza making?
I would imagine he dabbles every once in a while, but it's just so much easier to order pizza.
Do you knead the dough with your little cat paws?
Making biscuits.
That's fucked up. All of it.
That's not what I pictured, if it makes you feel better, Sean. I pictured you doing pizza, and like you're in 30-foot form. Got like a 30-foot pizza dough, and you're spinning it, it goes up in the air and doesn't come back down, and you're looking up there, and you're like, and you walk out. And then like a frame later, Teal Hex sneaks in giggling, moves the salt shaker a half inch, and 30 feet of pizza dough falls on her.
It probably does happen.
God.
You used your toe bean, Siberian. Your little toe bean.
That cat is gonna just smack the hell out of you one day.
Now he
I'm-
loves him too much.
I'm sure that the Siberian has has banned ApoMan from coming into the kitchen when he's making pizza, because every time I walk in, it starts to cook the dough. So he's
Yeah,
like,
that would be pretty premature of it. Yeah, he's definitely like out. Get out. Just don't come in.
So it's a pretty normal day in the Eventide manor. You're all interacting in this manner. Everyone's Siberian has done his one niceness to ApoMan this week, so he's just kind of treating him like he normally does now. Arbalist. It's
Yes.
package day.
Yes.
So you see the
Siberian's in the back of the frame.
do we want to run to DHS? I feel like at this point. Gosh.
Sure.
then
You
then
already
it's
made
from
it canon.
DHS.
So the DHS truck drives up because the driveway is winding, I imagine too. It's not even like a straight shot, Eventide. So
It's winding, and it's 3 miles from the nearest house.
right. So the DHS truck drives the 25 minutes it takes to get down this driveway just to this one house. Comes in. Siberian does his creepy pose behind his Dale, pulls out 9, 10, 11 packages, and brings them up. Doorbell goes off. What is Eventide's manor doorbell sound like?
Probably like a
Just a scream.
Like murder by death.
Yes, murder by death.
So the murder by death doorbell goes off. And Dale's
to
just
the
kind of
door.
standing there. Okay, yep.
So excited. It's like a kid on Christmas.
Hi, got a couple packages for you here today.
Well, salutations, Dave.
Oh, thank you. Here you go. Just sign here And then also here, yeah, how you been? Doing okay?
I can't complain.
Good. This is my 4th delivery here this week, and order a lot of packages.
Just kind of scratch my head and turn to the side. Here. I just kind of very quickly sign to get him to leave.
Oh God.
We're friends now, but as soon as he mentions he's been here 4 times this week, I'm like, ooh, not a good look. Yeah. Go, leave.
Yes.
Oh
yes,
yeah.
he
Oh,
has.
sorry, I didn't mean to make it a thing. Okay, cool. Bye.
The pen randomly explodes in his pocket protector.
Oh, that's my
Aw.
favorite pen. Every time I come here.
And then
Goes back-
you just see Hex walking by just eating an apple.
He goes back to his truck, and you can anyone who's looking out the window or keeps any track of Dale when he comes up here, he goes back to his truck. He starts it up, and then he stops it again, and you can see he gets out and he runs to the back. And he checks something, and he looks, and he pulls out one of those thin package envelopes, and you can see he's like, and he runs back up to the house. Ah!
I'm still at the door, just opening all the boxes and throwing all the packing material everywhere, and trying to get to the goods and the scream. So I open the door.
Oh, sorry, I almost forgot this. Here, that's another one for you.
I very quickly, not remembering having ordered this, check the label, to see who it's to.
It is addressed specifically to Eventide's Eldritch Echoes.
I took it out real quick.
Eventide is suddenly behind you and catches it. What's this?
There's
I
11.
I certainly did not order that.
No.
I'm-
Not the thing in
with
my
my-
hand.
with my
What's all
leg.
This.
I've been with my leg trying to push my packages around the corner, stuff.
Librarian
Over at the
standing there with a
Siberian, but I
clipboard,
don't
just
see anything.
on
Dale
a
is-
tablet.
Dale is still standing there with the digital thing, just I still need you to sign for it.
Suddenly right in front of Dale. And the
Oh.
pen is moving across the paper, but I'm not touching it. I'm just looking him right in the eye. Afternoon, Dave.
Dale, I have a name tag.
Yes. Pleasure seeing you again, Dave. Slam!
Oh,
Eventide, do you know how hard it was to talk to DHL into sending someone up to this manor? They had to go through 6 delivery men to deliver this to get people willing to go to this
I
manor.
look you right in the eye and I say, I'm aware I had to double his salary. Player shake head in disgust and walk away.
The other 5 die of exhaustion driving up the driveway.
driving up there.
No, they got
Accidentally
attacked by
set the
random
wards off,
squids.
got killed by invisible dogs.
My oh god, yeah. In local news, VHS
not
delivery
that dark. More just they were scared shitless.
Several weeks ago, in local news, DHS delivery man swears to have seen local zoological anomaly somewhere outside Eventide Manor.
Eventide suddenly remembers it's time to give ApoMan his daily terror lesson, so he hands the package to the Siberian in his offering.
So this package that is addressed randomly to everybody, that no one ordered, by the way, has been passed now from Arbalist to Eventide to Siberian.
I just gather up what was in the boxes, which includes a Roomba, a PS4 controller, just the most random things. I'm just I'm experimenting on a new arrow, and I just I quickly run back to my room.
You know that comes out of your salary, right? Is it
So, yeah,
a box package or is it?
No, it is one of those flat, cardboard envelopes.
Oh,
Of the soft goods or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a JM8.
Sorry, I don't mean
to
to
say, yeah, ask Dwayne, the master over there.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
It's his
everyone
territory.
blinks and looks at Dwayne.
That wasn't weird.
Siberian goes to find ApoMan.
He's with me,
He's in
learning
his
horrible
lesson
things.
with Tide Pro.
Right.
Yeah.
So
my little notebook taking notes.
You walk in the room and it's just like a slideshow of terrible, horrible things.
that's gross. Anyway, ApoMan, package for you.
Say, oh, thank you. And I take it from you. And as soon as I grab it, it just catches on fire. But whatever the content is, doesn't.
So you burn the exterior,
Like the outer, yeah.
the cardboard packaging.
Yeah.
Okay. As you burn that away, you find that there is a note inside of it.
I open the note.
It is written in almost unreadable handwriting, big letters. Some letters are like backwards, and words are spelled wrong.
Is it written with a crayon?
It's one step away from being written with a crayon.
Colored pencil, got it.
It has little doodles on it. It is obviously written by a child.
Siberian sort of counting to himself, like, okay, it's probably not gonna explode. Can I see that?
Yeah.
I take the Siberian, and I tell the Siberian, we should look into this. And I look at you, ApoMan, and we're watching that. This time it's that documentary about the fire festival. And
Oh no.
I look at you, and I forget to mention to you that Netflix auto cues, and I say, watch it till the end, and then walk out.
And he
Wow.
will sit there.
And of course, it asks you, "Are you still watching this?" So
Yes.
ApoMan naturally hits, "Yes, I'm still watching."
And I don't even hit the yes button. I just sit there and say yes. Yes. Yes.
My Netflix
look
is
around?
voice activated, so it carries on.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it's funnier. He's just sitting there saying yes and not understanding what's happening. Okay, so ApoMan is currently indisposed watching Netflix.
So someone stops him.
Teal, you actually can hear there's some people kind of moving around. There's just some not like a commotion like a full-on cattywampus or anything, but there seems to be something going on.
I guess I should probably get involved, but like I'm too busy. Like I'm in the sunless terrarium right now, and I'm
Okay.
pushing the Siberian's whole desk, like almost the whole foot over, so it's like a lot closer to the wall than it was before. And like I'm sweeping, trying to like make all the dust like cleaned up so it doesn't look like it was obviously moved, but it's pretty obvious it moved.
Okay.
The funny part about this is we haven't used that room since the interviews, but we didn't tell anyone.
Is this the cool hangout spot?
Okay,
Okay.
Sunless Solarium.
Yeah,
So
so
who
she's
wants
just
to
like
read
messing
the
with
note?
stuff.
I will read it. I
You will
read
read
the
it?
note. Yes. What does the note say?
The note says the following.
It says the following. Okay, I mean, what does the following mean? Is it like
It was a
I
not.
thought that TV show was like Kevin Bacon?
I was gonna say it's a not great, but ultimately not the worst show ever. With James
First season
Purefoy.
was pretty good. First season was really good. Not so much second.
Siberian, check your private messages.
Hello, my name is Mary Willow. I'm a 9-year-old. I like school and playing with my friends, but recently I've not been able to play with my friends. My daddy says it's too dangerous. I still get to play with my doll, but sometimes she doesn't want me to play either. Wait, what? Like it fades into her reading it, and then the Siberian just goes, "Wait, what? What? What?" I heard you were able to help people and make things safer. Can you make the world safer for my daddy, who will let me play with my friends again? Thank you, Mary.
I thought her name was Willow.
No, it's Mary Willow. That's her last name.
Oh.
Yeah. Where the hell did you come from?
You just see her,
Eventide
she's
is
just
suddenly
like, kinda
behind
like-
you. Eventide is suddenly behind you. And why are you covered in dust?
Have you
I
been-
was petting the dust bunnies. She keeps eating her apple.
How many times have we told you not to pet those things? They're dangerous.
They're
Ace, man.
cute.
Yeah, but they're interdimensional. You know, everything bad is interdimensional. It's like bad. Don't touch them. Stop
My
touching
whole
them.
life is bad. I sneeze and something explodes.
Yeah. Anyway, so I still get to play with my doll, but sometimes she doesn't want to play either. So I don't know if this is like a small child just having like, you know, personifying her doll, or like maybe this doll possessed.
What's unusual about your doll not wanting to play with you?
They're inanimate objects that don't have sentience.
That you're aware of.
I look over at a nearby statue that looks back at me. We both look at the Siberian. I don't understand.
Well,
The
I mean,
statue, like,
in
the
this
statue
house,
never moves, but the artist is able to encapsulate that the statue is like bug-eyed staring back at Eventide.
like, I mean, that's in this house. That's normal. That's like a Tuesday. But this seems odd. Maybe
you
we
think
should
this
all.
is the only house like that in the world?
Well, again, no. I see. I think you're just overgeneralizing things. The way that you overgeneralize things, like you often do, because you have that problem. Because you don't understand
What was the
emotions.
child's name again?
Mary Willow.
Thank you. Suddenly I'm in ApoMan's room, and like I startle him while he's looking at a giant pile of stuff,
Yes.
waiting for Patty to react to that.
Do you mean the arbalist?
Oh yeah, I meant the arbalist. What did I say?
Oh, you said
ApoMan.
ApoMan.
Wow.
I
meant
probably would
Patty.
have I would have just turned around and said, "I don't think I'm doing this right."
What? Watching Netflix?
I'm not watching Netflix correctly. Arbalist, you're soldering
I'm at my-
something together,
Yeah,
probably.
I'm at my workbench, and out is like the most expensive water gun you've ever seen, and like one of those like 3-in-1 like electric yard tools. It's like a trimmer, a weed whacker, and like an edger all in one. And I'm like, there's potential here.
Bam!
And I'm like, oh shit! Now,
I look
even
around.
time I
I
thought
say
we
nothing.
agreed, no, not to do this.
I look around, I say nothing, I point at your laptop, and I say, look this person up. Tell him.
I search.
There's
I,
obviously only one Mary Willow in this city.
I search her. I see immediately it's a 9-year-old, and I go, Eventide, this like a search
Tell
you
me
should do on.
everything you know you can find about her father.
Oh, it's for that. Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. Oh.
I will see what I can find out about Mary Willow's father, Mr. Willow. I assume.
Tell me everything you know about this 9-year-old.
That's not me, bro.
I hand the scene to Patty. He's good at computers.
All right, Patty, if you're good with computers, how do you want to go about trying to search for this person? Because if you just search Mary Willow, you're going to get 100,000 names,
Sure.
and nothing comes up.
Comic
So,
book. There's only one in the city.
I'll start by searching the name Willow and see if it's tied to see if it's like a big family to start off with.
Okay.
So see if there's any major corporations or businesses run by a Willow family.
okay, perfect. Go ahead. Start off with an investigation to try to do just that first quick search and, find relevant information.
Click button. Did everyone see that? Did we see that?
Yes.
All right, perfect.
Okay, with a 17, you start your search off looking for big companies run by people named Willow, trying to find if there's like a really important person to do that. That comes up as a dead end. However, you find a couple of articles about one guy who doesn't run a company. He's not a company owner. However, he is a relatively-ish well-known scientist, focusing more in like technology and fabrication of new machines.
Okay.
Named George Willow.
And does it seem he's kind of like a project lead for a team of scientists, or he's kind of working solo?
He seems to be actually having bounced around to a couple of different companies. Several years ago, he was like renowned, and was kind of like, he developed this new almost magic piece of technology. It was game changing at that time, maybe like a medical piece of technology. But he shifted his focus a little bit out of that to more experimental concepts. And since then, you're finding less and less articles about him. And then you dig into his name a little bit more to try to find out more about that. Give me a perception to kind of like, you've gathered the information. Now kind of let's see if you're able to spot what's happened with this.
Sure.
Woo!
Big money.
Not bad. Okay.
Big money, big money, big money.
So you dig into George a little bit more, and you're able to kind of look around, and again, less and less articles about him each year. He started off, he tried to like open up his own business, and it immediately failed because he got no contracts. You don't find that necessarily in articles. You find that as you start digging into his own finances.
Just kind of like public record kind of thing, where it's like start a business and then immediately close business.
Immediately closed and filed for bankruptcy. He was hired by a couple of companies and organizations, given project leads, given, then even like below that, where he was just like literally just a worker on a couple of projects. And most recently,
is there a common thread between those companies, like, and what they do?
All technology based, all trying to just new mechanical based engineering, basically. So these are, he's a machinist ultimately, in that he's trying to build new devices that will do these crazy things. And most recently, he was hired to a fairly prominent position as a department head by the Olympic organization, and immediately fired days later.
Of course he was.
With a 26 total perception, you also are able to conclude that he does not have a daughter, that on any record, do not see anyone named Mary. But then, no, actually, hold on. You do a little search again. You double check just to make sure. And and now
She's dead.
She's there now. No, you found it. There's a birth certificate. It wasn't. You guys are supposed to have overlooked it.
I pause in my initial overlooking. I kind of, okay, I let it slide. Dr. Eventide, can I see the letter, please?
You turn around, I'm not actually there, and you're like, well, shit, and then suddenly I am there with the letter. And Siberian somewhere else in the house is like, hey, I was reading that.
I would like to try to analyze this handwriting to see if it was actually done by a 9-year-old, or if it was someone trying to come off as a 9-year-old.
Emulate a 9-year-old? Okay. Sure. For that, looking at your things here.
Insight, investigation.
I actually want you to roll me a criminal because you're trying to like check for forgery. You're using your criminal insight to see if this is in fact a forged document.
Sure.
Not bad with an 18. Not bad at all. You look. Damn it. You search it a little bit more and you look through and you're looking for any sign of forgery. You're looking for places maybe where the pen or the pencil, stayed a little bit longer, pressed harder as someone was thinking about what they were writing next. Patterns of like how words are misspelled. So like if it's someone who knows how the word is spelled and is purposefully or like maybe subconsciously swapping specific letters to sound like they're doing it wrong, things like that. You've seen enough forgeries in your life to kind of look into these things, and it looks legit. As best you can tell, it looks like it was written by a 9-year-old. The words aren't misspelled in any particular pattern, just misspelled.
Okay. After analyzing, I'll hand it back to you, Eventide, and I'll kind of just. How do you guys say it? Is it gesture or gesture? I feel like it's one of those you can say either way. All right, I will gesture to the computer screen for Eventide's benefit to kind of just show him what I've got on this guy.
So he gestures to the screen for you. You can see all this.
Is there anything in the kid's history that's a sudden break in pattern?
Well, see, the kid's the tricky part. I can't find anything about her, and there's something weird. There's something weird going on here.
So, like I mentioned, you overlooked the birth certificate at first. But now that you've identified the birth certificate and that Mary Willow does in fact exist, do you want to try to do another dive into her history and see what you can find about her?
Nothing more than just like a quick search. Nothing. I'm not going to try to dive too deep, just because A, she's a 9-year-old.
Sure.
And B, I'm not even sure what I'll find and how reliable it could be.
Okay. All right. Just give me another quick investigation check. Ooh. With that, you do a search, and it's not a complete failure. You're going through there, and you're looking, and you're like, nothing. You're trying to find out like what's maybe she's enrolled in public school, and you look to see like stuff like that, and just anything that you can find. And it, like you mentioned, it's a 9-year-old. The amount of information that would be available on them is very, very limited. So like in regard to breaking of her daily pattern or anything like that, there's just nothing that you'd be able to confirm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Eventide, there's something's up with Daddy Willow here. He's been bouncing around from job to job. He's probably not making a lot of money. He's probably a little desperate. So I said we approach this one with caution.
Eventide, in his lack of emotional state, has grown quite, I guess tired would be the word, of having to deal with the Olympic team, and this is more Olympic team bullshit he's not interested in. He leaves this to the Siberians to decide what to do.
And I'll go find the Siberian and give him a quick...
I disappear, and now the Siberian's in...
Oh, perfect. I give him the brief rundown.
Only if you want to be a Siberian. Eventide's not teleporting you around the house.
God damn it, Eventide! I was somebody.
We're saving we're saving panels. Comic books cost money. You don't roleplay everything in between. I went and told them, hey, you got to
This is
figure out
true.
if you want to do this job for like a whole page that we skipped. Now you're in the room.
The brick oven, it's running. Gonna.
Oh no,
Damn
you're
it.
in the room. I'm not because I'm watching you. Got your back.
Okay. That only needs another 16 minutes. Wherever you are.
Is it really smart to leave the teal hex in the same room with the pizza oven? It's probably gonna explode.
She
Or
moved the
something's gonna
pizza
happen to the
like
pizza.
an inch
No,
to the
no,
left.
I'm in the room
inside
with the pizza. I'm not in the room with the arbalist anymore. It's just you and him. I'm taking care of your pizza.
So,
Yeah, but I was talking to
yeah,
the
she
Siberian
was so
earlier
she wouldn't
about
be
dust
there.
bunnies, so I was.
Yeah.
You were, but there was no moment where you were alone.
Yes.
I
That's
teleport
true,
in.
I think-
I tell the Siberian, hey, go talk to the arbalist and he leaves it on the day.
And ApoMan showed up too, so it's the three of us watching the pizza now.
I am here.
So just
What a merry
everybody's
group.
watching this pizza.
So,
Priorities,
Arbalist,
Steve.
I heard you were looking at 9-year-olds on the internet.
Oh my god!
Jesus.
Yeah, I knew that search history would come back to bite me.
You should have used incognito mode.
I knew there was a reason why Eventide wanted me to search it on my computer.
Yeah, not to take this question out of context, but what did you find?
Well, as you would expect about a 9-year-old's footprint on the internet, not much. But I did find a little bit about Daddy Willow,
Uh-huh.
and he seems to be bouncing from job to job. He can't hold anything down. He was quite a bright mind in the mechanical field, but he something's gone on where he can't hold a job anymore. So I don't know if he's out of ideas or his ideas have just gotten a little too crazy to fund.
But you said there's some connection to the Olympic team. But
Yes,
is that what I heard?
so we found that his most recent employment was with the Olympic team for
Oh.
exactly 24 hours,
Uh-huh.
and then they cut him. And then we get a letter from his daughter.
Uh-huh.
Seems a bit strange.
Where she's talking to dolls, which is a bit strange. All right. So I say we assemble the team, and we go to this girl's house, this dude's house.
I would have to agree. Part of me wonders, though, if her daddy was employed by the Olympic team, why she didn't write a letter to them, but to us.
Well, I
She
mean-
would know. She would know them better.
Well, I mean, we're cooler, obviously.
Of course, we are cooler, but
Right.
wouldn't you think she'd be more comfortable with people her daddy works for? Unless, of
No.
course,
Because those people suck. I've told you about Allison. She's the worst.
that you know what that's fair.
I mean, at this point, even a 9-year-old has pointed out that they suck. So, at this point, it's just inevitable.
I recommend it to Eventide, and I'll say it too. We don't go in eyes wide shut.
It's a very crappy movie, by the way.
Who does that? I mean, you don't walk in a room that you don't know how to walk out of. That's just how it is. So, all right, let's go. How do we assemble the
The
team?
voice echoes from downstairs. Your pizza's done.
Oh crap! Ready? All right, let's go eat some pizza, and then we'll talk about it
Then
over
you
the
hear-
pizza.
Then you hear ApoMan yell, and you hear Tide say, "Don't leave your mouth until it's done."
Oh no, that pizza would not burn ApoMan. I assume,
So-
right? ApoMan.
His mouth is the
Depends,
one
I
place
baked
that,
it.
Oh, you.
that can't handle heat.
It's this one weak spot. Oh no.
ApoMan.
Specifically, the roof of his mouth.
Oh,
Anyway,
God.
ApoMan experiences roof of mouth hot pizza sensation. Ugh, that hurts just thinking about.
Yeah,
Right.
the roof of my mouth hurts. Thank you.
At first, it's searing the top of my mouth, and it won't come off. Ah, is this happening to you as well?
So he goes down. I imagine he takes the arbalist down. They both have a slice, and the Superior explains like, we should probably really look into this. He had connections to the Olympic team, and they fired him. Even though those people suck, I feel like there's some sort of connection. This little girl writes this, and she's all like, "Hey, my doll's gonna eat me at night," and then we need to look into that.
Yep. I think you're focusing a bit much on the fact that she talks to her doll.
I am not. No,
from no one will
doll,
play with me to the doll is eating her at night.
Right, the doll's going to eat her at night. The doll's possessed. It's evil.
Do we know where
I think she just likes to play pretend.
No, I fear for this little girl's life, and I think this doll is evil, and we need to go punch it.
So we're assembling a team to go punch a doll.
One of Eventide's possessed dolls kicks him in the skin and says, "Just because we're possessed doesn't mean we're evil." Storms out of the room.
That is not what I said. I mean, that is what I said.
Will never appear again, by the way, in this entire comic. That is
never
one of
again.
Those off things that happens in one panel and is never explained.
Yeah. So anyway,
a very serious question.
Okay.
Yes.
What kind of pizza are we eating?
This would be one of the more experimental ones where there's no actual tomato sauce. It's just.
Oh, is it like the white garlic sauce?
No, it's a layer of sun-dried tomatoes, just like with some cheese and a little sausage and some pepperoni and like some spinach.
Wait a minute.
What kind of spinach?
The round meats.
Yeah, spinach.
I am very specifically like, I get the hives if I eat baby spinach, but if it's adult spinach, I can totally eat it.
Didn't really check, so I don't know.
Is it adolescent spinach?
I mean,
Adolescent is okay, but like infantile, no, I can't do that kind of
Okay.
spinach.
So,
I've been aware.
one, I wanted to specify.
mhm.
You're eating pizza dough with sun-dried tomatoes as your base, with meats and spinach as your
Right.
topping.
Yeah, I don't understand what your problem is.
He's not fancy enough or cultured enough to understand that you
Eventide.
can just put
I just
tomatoes
feel
on
like
it.
you have to have some sort of
Binding agent.
The cheese. It's the cheese.
some
Yeah, the
sort
cheese
of
binds
moistening
everything.
agent in the
Cheese.
pizza.
No, cheese. Cheese is binding.
Tomatoes are
everything together.
juicy enough. When it's cooking, the
Right.
juices bubble and it seeps out.
But he's specific.
Steve, I'm
he
with
said
you.
sun-dried tomatoes, meaning
They're still juicy.
They're still a little juicy.
I'm with you,
It's a
Steve.
comic book.
An Eventide only takes bites when Siberian isn't looking, and it transforms into Little Caesars before it hits his mouth.
Ah, that's messed up, bro.
I guess I would just be dipping this into like spare marinara sauce.
From the
Like-
breadsticks.
Right.
No, it's like chopped and like minced, and it's like a layer of sun-dried tomatoes. Like not like big chunks of it, just like you did it right.
They're not cultured. It's fine.
Yeah, you
No,
don't understand.
I much prefer the hot and ready from Little Caesars. Little Caesars sponsor
Yeah, I
us.
don't want
I
cultured
mean,
pizza.
I
want good
love
pizza.
their crazy.
I don't
sticks.
know. This
Oh
is
my
the
God.
this is the one like you caught the Siberian was on experimental mode. He was trying to like come up with something new.
All things considered, I would not eat that pizza, but I highly appreciate the Siberians' venture into more experimental pizzas, and I like this character development. I support this.
You would eat this.
And then
pizza.
Sean says the Siberian spits it out.
That's fucking gross.
I mean, it's not my best, but I'm still gonna eat it. It's kind of tasty. It's very textured, you know.
Okay.
In between
So-
bites, ApoMan will actually ask a real question and
shit.
say, "Do we know where these people live?"
Arbalist, you got that information, right?
You did get an address.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he looked up the 9-year-old's address. He's got it in his
Wouldn't it be on the envelope? Oh wait,
I'm
no.
gonna
I
need-
got
What
it.
kind
I'm
of
gonna
villain do you
need-
think he is?
That is actually
I'm gonna need everyone and actually like stand up and I look everyone in the eyes. Now I'm gonna need every one of you to drop this right now before it gets any worse than it already is.
just saying. I mean,
Get it all out right now around the table while we're eating pizza.
yeah, I think I'm done.
Teal Hex, you actually just asked a really good question that nobody paid attention to.
Which was?
No, they didn't pay attention. It's their fault.
Oh shit! I'm just gonna rewind this Twitter feed here.
Hex, so you asked that question, and even though Arbalest wasn't able to find an address for George Willow, specifically, you checked the package, and even though most of it burned away from ApoMan, the label portion was still just there for you to be able to see, and there is no address. There is no return address. There is no origin for the package.
How did Dale get this package sent? Is Dale the little 9-year-old?
It actually doesn't even really look like like upon closer inspection, it doesn't quite look exactly like how a shipping label should look. It looks mostly like a shipping label, but it's missing a couple of like little telltale details.
They're like one of those ones you print out from home.
Right.
She makes her own jewelry and sells it on Etsy. Makes sense.
Eventide. How smart are you?
Smartest guy on the team, but I mean, not as smart as the game allows.
Give me a... I was going to say just an intellect, but let's take a look at your skills here and see if anything fits.
That can be any skill you want. If it's intelligence-based, sir, I have a spell for that. What would you like, Willis?
I just want an insight roll. Because you're not, like... You're not aware enough to cast a spell to, try to figure this out. It's just purely if you can, like, think of this or not. With a 13, you kind of look at the letter and you're like, okay, like, nothing jumps out to you. 13 didn't quite get you there.
Oh.
I feel like it should have got us there.
Do you?
I
Okay.
do.
Well,
You want to know why?
why?
Because the Teal Hex sneezed and drops the pizza and says, "There's baby spinach in here. I can't eat this." And in the process of her sneezing, it increased the probability of Eventide remembering and knowing things.
Okay.
Sadly, insight is not about intellect. Insight is about awareness.
He is more aware of things due to the probability being increased due to the sneeze caused by the baby spinach.
Her sneeze dropules spelled something on the ground.
Oh wow.
Yes. Dropped the pizza, like the seeds from the sun-dried tomatoes spilled out and spelled something and triggered.
If you use one of your luck hero points and you just drop that down.
I have a luck hero point?
Well, you have luck, so...
Since when? No one told me about this.
It's on your character sheet.
Yeah, we did. It's in your advantages.
I would have remembered this. I don't remember this conversation, and I feel it's your fault, Steve, that I was not properly informed. As the GM, you should have taken the time to sit down and be like, "Listen, Tiffany.
Wow. Okay.
Tiffany, you're stupid, so you need to listen here, okay? Tiffany,
Jesus.
sit down."
Whoa!
And then I would have been like, "Okay, you're so smart, Steve. I'm gonna listen to you," and then we would have had the conversation. But
That's
we
not how
didn't.
that conversation would have gone.
I don't think so either.
That's wow. Okay.
Wow. You know, I got nothing on this one. You have luck should give you additional starting hero points, if I'm remembering luck correctly.
Yeah, depending on the
like-
ranks of luck.
No, they're not. The only thing you can do with them is reroll at +10. I don't.
That's fine. Kill one.
They're
and I'll
not
give you
actual
this.
hero points.
That's fine. Kill one of your lucks for now, just for this session.
I
And
don't know how to do that.
just think you only have just
They're
you
in
only
your
have 4
advantages.
now.
You have to look at your advantages, and you can
Yeah.
count down from the max number.
Okay, so whatever the number is, I just subtract one from it.
Yeah, so you have 5
Correct, and it
luck
resets
points,
every session.
basically. Yeah, 5 luck points, which means you
Okay.
can have that reroll at +10 advantage 5 times a session. So you use one of your lucks, and that actually, when you sneeze, drop the pizza, that series of events activates the correct brain memory synapse firingness in Eventide to actually remember, or at least kind of think about how the hell did a 9-year-old get this address? You guys specifically are not famous. The Olympic team takes credit for all of you guys' work.
Actually, not true.
That's a-
Siberian handed out business cards and autographs in that hotel to at least 2 children.
Okay. That's a really good callback.
That's why I never asked that question up to now. I assume
Well-
that's where you got that flower from, is Steve.
It was not actually. However, that's a really good callback, and I credit you for that one. But the likelihood of this being one of those 2 children is pretty slim.
Oh, Eventide is already convinced this is some stupid Olympic team plot bullshit.
Okay, fair enough.
So nothing changes for him.
Nothing changes for him, but acknowledge, just wanted to throw that out there for everybody. It is weird that a 9-year-old has this address, all things considered. Another wrinkle in the weirdness of this all. So, while I had to step away for just one moment, what was your plan in regard to following up on any of this? If you're going to follow up at all, you can just let the 9-year-old not be able to play with their friends.
I think we were gonna go to her house and like just show up.
Yeah.
And be
Just
like,
show
hey,
up?
Show up in force.
Just casually drop by.
is your doll gonna eat you?
Okay.
Why is the Siberian so sure the doll's gonna eat her?
I mean, it just sounds right. It just sounds like something.
The doll
we'd
isn't the
have to
problem,
do.
Siberian. The problem is the kid isn't real. Obviously, somebody very quickly planted that information when the search was done by the Arbalist.
The kid
Amateurs.
isn't real because the doll ate her.
Damn.
The-
Maybe it's the
in
doll.
the doll.
The doll's
sent the letter.
pretending to be a person.
Keep-
Yeah.
Exactly.
Keep telling me the plot to this game, because I'm just gonna
So
take
then
whatever
the
you guys
doll knew about us from having got into the computers at the
I interrupt you, and I'm like, "Are we going or what?"
I mean, yeah, you guys
I
are
have
the
a
ones
thing I'd
asking
like to
questions.
catch up on.
Jesus. I mean, it's not my fault you guys are all like, what's going on? What's
I
your
love the
theories?"
fact that Eventide is this really dreary, like cold-hearted, angsty hero from the 90s, basically. But he's
Anyway.
he's a Netflix addict. It's just
I mean, that makes sense. Have you
Sounds
seen
about
the
right.
This
stuff
guy's
they have on
actually based
Netflix?
off of a real comic book character, and it's kind of amazing. You should read it, Steve. Tell you about it later. I'm not spoiling it for the viewers.
Oh.
You don't get a name?
Is it Constantine?
No.
No. Okay, so you're just gonna go to the house and check on this girl and just make sure she's okay?
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
just a house
okay.
call.
Yeah.
Hello? Are you alive in there? Okay, bye.
Hey, has your doll tried to eat you? Just checking. All right, no, fine.
The address
Yeah.
for George Willow is actually in the suburbs outside of Olympic City. It is It's just a run-of-the-mill, you know, next house looks exactly the same as the house before it, as the house before it. All that. So,
Okay.
you know, it's going to take a little while to get out of the city, drive into the suburbs, and head out.
Well, so what does that look like? How do we move as a team? Is there like a group van we take? Are we all just responsible for getting ourselves there?
We have there's actually a handout you should be able to see that talks about stuff like that, but we have your choice of cars, your choice of motorcycles, and an Apache attack helicopter with stealth technology.
I feel like we should show up with the Apache attack.
Just roll up. Stop. Heard you had a scary
Funny.
doll.
I mean, they wouldn't see it. It's got chameleon tech. It's like in Star Trek 4 where you bounce off it if you walk into it.
Everybody remember where we parked.
ApoMan flies the whole way, but he stays low to the
1 foot off the
ground
ground.
15 feet off the ground at the most.
and follows all traffic signs.
I'll take
awesome.
I'll take my sick ass motorcycle that I have.
You're all traveling separate. Awesome.
Excellent. We are saving the planet.
Teal, how do
I
you
mean-
do you go alone or do you try to carpool?
I mean, I stand there trying to get everyone's attention, like, oh, hey, and everyone just keeps walking by, and I'm like, did I suddenly become ApoMan?
Not everyone.
Oh.
Eventide hasn't left at all. When you turn around and he's standing there, he looks over it. Like, in the sitting room, we just have a wall of keys. Like,
Your car rental
concierges
place.
have. Yeah. And I
Nice.
pick one out and I hand it to you. And when you go in the garage and hit the button, like, the most tricked out Porsche ever, it's like a month old.
Well, I technically don't need a car. I just thought, like, you know, everyone could ride together.
But you gotta get in the car for the joke, because sometimes Eventide
Okay.
jokes you. She gets
Oh,
in,
no.
it's stick shift.
She doesn't know how to drive stick shift.
It's messed up. That is messed up.
So, like, she's just like, do I get out of the car? I don't know how to do this. So she's trying, and like, she's like, wait, Google, hold on, YouTube, how to drive.
As soon as she pushes the car interface to use Google, she discovers it's a self-driving car, and that's when you hear Eventide laugh.
God.
So does Siberian turn 30 feet tall and just take a casual 5-minute walk there?
No, not yet. Not yet.
So, ApoMan flies 5 feet off the ground, following all traffic signs. Arbalist takes his super tricked out motorcycle, right?
Yeah.
Teal Hex is taking the self-driving stick shift Porsche. Porsche.
This
Porsche.
is definitely a Porsche.
Porsche.
Amount we paid for
Porsche.
this car. This car
Siberian
costs more than my house.
Siberian Eventide. How are you both getting there? God damn it.
Man, really want to take the Apache attack helicopter.
You never know when you might need it. Don't leave home
That
without
doesn't
it.
self-drive. Do you have pilot?
No.
Wing
Probably
it.
shouldn't do that then.
No. You know
Can't
what?
wing it. It's a helicopter.
Shut up. He actually he'll leap. He'll use his leaping powers to like eventually get there.
Eventide waits until the Siberian
There's just
gets
a
there.
trail of divots and like craters throughout Olympic
and
City.
scared people in the city.
Where
Public
Siberians
works
like
guys are just like, come on.
Siberians just
There's
like
some guy
"Look
with a
up!"
divot on either side of it,
Ah!
just looking up and shivering.
He's only 7 feet tall. He's a cat. He's good. He can leap 500 feet.
Yeah, how much momentum do you think a 350-pound, 7-foot tall tiger gets when he leaps?
It's a comic book. There are no
Right.
dented ceilings.
There's no. That's only because damage control keeps coming behind you, sweeping up your shit.
Filling in your potholes.
You know what?
Which is
I'm
his own TV
creating
show.
commerce. I am creating commerce.
Creating commerce.
Yes.
The I wait until Tiberian gets there, and then I GPS his phone and teleport next to him.
Oh, hey.
God damn it! I hate Eventide so much.
So, this is the place.
You all show up a couple of minutes apart from each other, because even though these traveling methods would have highly different travel times, you all show
Magic.
up. You all show up generally about together. You have 2 vehicles parked in front of the house. The pothole that Siberian landed in on the street. A small streak of burned asphalt as ApoMan flew down the streets at full flaming speed. And and then Eventide just kind of poofs in. And then you look around and you're like, okay, yeah, we probably should work on this.
Yeah. Oh man, we really need to work on our coordination. I feel like this is jeez.
Knock on the door, please.
Are you asking?
Oh wait,
someone
are we
else to
like
knock
in
on the
our?
door?
Wait, I have a question. Are we like in our like superhero costumes, or like are we still dressed as civilian?
Oh no,
That's
if
up
you're
to
not in
you
your
guys.
superhero costume, like you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
I just want
This
to
is just
make
how
sure.
Eventide looks. There's no difference.
I always have my
Okay.
suit on.
Because
See,
you
Alexa,
never
it's
know.
up to you. If you want to be dressed casual, you can.
I choose to be in my outfit.
Okay. Then you're in
I
your
got
superhero
dressed on the way there.
In your self-driving car.
There you go.
Yes.
Right. She didn't have to drive. She had lots of time.
Exactly.
outfit. Okay. Arbalist, I assume
And
you also
no, if I remember
with bow?
correctly, you said that
Oh,
the
yeah.
little girl said the Siberian is known for being a hero, so I want him to know.
No, it made no specific mention to anybody.
Yeah, it was just said
Well,
in
he
general.
is a kitty
it's to all
cat,
of
and
us.
everybody loves kitty cats. Every child loves a kitty cat.
Is there a doorbell?
Yes.
All right, insert ApoMan comedy. I go to push the doorbell, and my heat semi melts the mechanism, and it doesn't pop out, and it just keeps ringing.
You also, for the first time, hear a normal doorbell. You're expecting the
I think
The
This
funny thing
is
is,
broke.
that's one of the things that Arbalest bought, and it's not what Eventide's house used to.
For sure. For sure.
So the doorbell rings for a few seconds, doesn't stop.
just give it a whack.
Bam.
It's just-
Eventually it cuts out. You hear some like rumbles, a couple of bangs, like, you know, someone walking into something, you know, and the little window that would be next to the door, you know, they like someone like kind of puts it. Door opens. It's a guy just dressed like he's not expecting anybody today. You know, white shirt, boxers. Can I help any of you?
From my searching on the interwebs, does this look like George Willow?
It does.
ApoMan's up there. I'm just gonna let ApoMan roll with it.
Yeah, just gonna let him go with it for a bit.
He looks at all of you, and then he looks back at ApoMan, and he's just like, I can't donate to any charities or buy any magazines or no, thank you.
I already have a
good day."
god, thank you.
Yeah, and he goes to
And-
close the door.
Do you know what's funny is ApoMan really doesn't know why we're here because he wasn't around for any of this.
So he says he doesn't want anything, and he goes to slowly like close the door. You have a moment to do something though. What would you like to do?
Sir. Would you happen to be George Willow?
Looks at ApoMan for a second. Looks back at Arbalist. Who's asking?
I'm just smiling at him.
Fire
Well-
Rush is asking him.
Very, very
Well, if you're George Willow, we're actually looking for Mary Willow. She sent us a letter, and I'll produce the letter.
He goes, who?
Mary. Is there anyone here by that name?
You have the wrong house, I'm sorry. Shuts the door, locks it.
What is his house made out of?
House.
Oh no.
Like
Wood, insulation.
but nothing plastic.
No, houses tend to not be made entirely out of plastic.
Okay, then I use my ultra vision to see where he goes through the house.
Okay. You watch him, he locks the door, and he actually kind of like he just kind of like shakes his head, and he's just like, and then he walks around, and kind of like, you can see he kind of looks out a couple more windows at you guys. He walks like to a desk, he like checks something, and then he goes and he sits down on his couch.
I ask you if you see a child's room.
Yeah, do I see a child's room? Am I looking around?
Give me a...
Oh yeah, because ApoMan can see shit real well.
Give me a perception.
Perception. And you know what? Oh wait.
Woo! Not bad.
Wow.
You look through, and first you see like a living room, couch, TV. Attached to that is a very small dining room. Attached to that is the kitchen. Back in you can see a master bedroom. You see like a side room. Just a standard, average, middle America house. And you see this one room that obviously looks like a workstation. It has like a workbench. It has a couple of different items in it. It's you can kind of make out a little bit in there. And then you look and you turn and you look into the garage. And now the garage has the workbench in it. And you're looking around and you're like, didn't I just see that? And you look back and that room you had just seen before is now a child's room.
What?
You tell Eventide that.
I do. I'll turn around and say, I know that I am not all understanding of things that happen in people's houses, but something weird just happened. Something was not there, and now it's there. I think my ocular sockets are broken.
I reach my hand towards you and one towards the arbalest and look at you both and say, may I?
No.
I just kind of
It won't hurt.
I just smile.
I'll all right.
I touch ApoMan, cast Clarity of Madness so I can see what he's seeing. When I see the room, I touch the arbalest, and now we're in it. And because I cast Step Through the Angles, and I drop the silence effect so they can hear the word.
Okay. Just for the explanation of magic to people at home, these powers are all, like, you're naming them kind of off of the theme of your character.
Spells. These are spells. I am
So
casting evil, well, they're not evil, creepy eldritch magic spells. One of which allows me to do a huge variety of different sights, visions, and sensing things, including sensing through living subjects. So I can see the room he's seeing with ultra vision, which is required to teleport to it. Step Through the Angle lets me teleport and do a bunch of other things, including make us concealed to sight and sound when we're.
So these are powers that are in the book, like teleport and the ultra vision, things like that. And then the sorcery, you're able to manifest them in different ways.
Read
Okay.
surface thoughts and concealment and teleport, correct.
All right. So through ApoMan, you're able to see this is the child's room specifically you want to get into, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. So you use ApoMan to be able to see it. You teleport then in with both yourself and the arbalest. You are now standing in a child's room.
For the rest of the players, the arbalest, because he's the other sneakiest person. No other reason.
He just
And
likes me
because
best.
You trust him with your life, obviously. Okay,
That would be the Siberian.
You're now in this room. It looks like a typical kind of like 9-year-old girl's room. Actually, it looks stereotypical. Like if you just think
Pink
of the
walls,
most,
Barbie's mansion, like Barbie
exactly.
dolls.
Like if you just think of the most egregious, like aggressive, this is a 9-year-old girl's room. That's what this is. Pinks and dolls and things like that.
I cast Clarity of Madness again, which one of the effects I can use with this is mental communication, so I can talk to the Arbalest telepathically.
Okay.
And I tell him, I saw what ApoMan saw. This room was not here, but then it was. Obviously there's reality bending and things happening. Take a good look around.
I will take
And
it.
with Clarity of Madness, also when I kick it in, Steve.
Yep.
I can see through all concealment effects, supernatural or mundane, and invisible things and illusions, as if they weren't there.
Okay.
I can
so
also
with
sense the chemical and engineering composition of anything I can see.
Okay. With that power, you look for illusions, things like that. There are no illusions here. This is real. And the chemical composition is whatever would be of these things. It's wallpaper.
I touch the nearest object and cast post-cognition to see its history.
It's about 1.5 minutes old.
I touch the floor and do the same thing.
The floor has been here 20, 30 years.
Is this a permanent effect, or is this dismissed by the power fading and or the person using it letting it go?
As best as you can tell, this is permanent reality. This is the thing. Like, this is the room.
I relay all this to you, Patty.
I do more mundane looking around. I check the wall for wet paint. I, see if there's any dust marks. I see if there's any signs of movement, furniture being shifted, things like that.
Okay. Give me your investigation.
Are the rest of us in the room too, or are we like still outside?
You are still outside outside the front door.
Would I be able to detect the reality shift?
Do you have something that would help you detect if reality is changing around you?
I mean, I have
Yes, she
reality
does.
alteration. I can change reality myself. So I would think my character would
she-
be able to check that.
Yeah.
She does
Feel
actually
it.
have sense. Yes, she has sense her own kinds of powers happening.
Okay.
It's mental sense. Its range is whatever you decide it is for the scene.
Got it. Okay. Let's get back to that in 1 second. So with an 18, Arbalest, you're able to actually kind of confirm what Eventide saw magically. There is no wet paint. Nothing's been moved. There's no like scratches on the floor where things were quickly shuffled around. The wallpaper is not freshly wallpapered. It looks like this has always been the room, as best you can tell, except Eventide magically was able to see that like the items don't have history. But as far as it looks like, it's not like this was quickly done in like less than a minute. Like this, it's just the room is this now.
I want to do one more thing before you switch to Tiffany, if I can.
Okay.
Precognition. I will touch the same object and look at its potential future.
At its potential futures.
Yes.
Interesting.
Does it last forever? Is there a potential where it suddenly stops existing? Soon. Like in a potential future where we leave.
For that, it's a good use of that, but to kind of see through everything, give me a magic roll just to make sure that you're able to kind of like accurately shift through all this information. You got a ton
I
of
will
magic.
do that, and the spell that I'm using is the one that lets me add to that, so I will temporarily boost it and roll it.
Oh yeah.
That's beautiful.
He rolled a 3. Just I don't
Yeah,
know if
that's the spell.
I don't know if the
spell
viewers
is-
can
yeah.
see that.
Okay, I don't know how you did that per se, but that's fine. Okay, so
One of the effects of the spell is
I-
to temporarily give me a.
now I know you can temporarily boost things. I didn't realize you would boost a level 9 character to 30 something ranks and something. Okay, so
I put them all in that skill. Yes.
I mean, okay. So Tyler just making up rules in this game. So so
I'm the only one who reads the book, folks.
that's not true. So you look through, you are able to look there, and you can see just futures on top of futures swirling around, interacting with each other. There's a future where this is, permanently the room till the end of existence. There's a future where someone comes in and, rips this all apart and just makes it a different room because the house got sold by somebody. And there's a future where as soon as you leave, this shifts back into something else completely. There's a future where you all die horribly in this room.
I don't care about that. Second to the last one. I grab the arbalist and leave and inform the team. So now Teal Hex can have a seat.
So while that is happening, before you get that information from Eventide, so you're interacting on your own, just tell me, like, how does your luck thing, how would it manifest, like, comic book wise? Like, what do you see? How does the world, like, twist around you? What do you do to kind of interact with reality, Teal Hex?
Whenever she feels like either her own or someone else's, like, reality is shifting, it's kind of like that scene from The Labyrinth with, like, David Bowie, like, walking upside down, stuff like that. Like, she can very faintly kind of see, like, the world flipping upside down in, like, that weird kind of configuration. Like, she can physically feel it in that kind of way. So, like, it's kind of like her, I guess, her version of her, spidey senses. So she kind of, like, turns around and she's like, they're looking around and they're like, you know how, like, I do that prank where I move things slightly to the left or the right? Someone just moved something like 1,000 feet to the right, and it doesn't feel okay. I feel like I gotta pee really bad.
Give me a probability roll just to, like, understand the feelings you're getting from all of this. 18, not bad. So you have felt what it's like to alter reality slightly and in more kind of, like, random ways, because yours is all manifested off of this luck and probability control, where you make things happen a lot of times. This is different, but obviously kind of similar to you in that this is focused, this is precise. Someone is literally changing reality at will to what they want it to be.
So I explain, like, how I feel like this is, like, purposeful, like, manipulation, and, like, my character's brains are just kind of, like, rotating of, like, all the different ways of, like, how this could be happening. And, like, for the briefest of moments, they stop and think, I remember reading something about parallel universes? Huh. Nah, that can't be it. That's too far-fetched. That's too stupid.
Also, that's canon now. Your brain actually rotates when you use that skill.
All right.
I approve.
And then that's when you get the message from Eventide, filling you in on what they found in the room and what's going on in there as best you can tell. So he fills you in also on what's happening with them in those futures that he saw.
Okay, cool. I shared that information what I kind of, like, poked around at. This is definitely someone's doing it on purpose. I'm not able to pinpoint who, but someone's fucking that room, like this particular space.
I look at the Siberian. This is your mission.
Yeah, so you bring yourself and Arbalest back out. You meet back up with the team. The 5 of you are now back outside the front of the house. And Siberian?
Maybe we should talk with the guy again. Or so it's just the room, it's not the whole house.
It moved the workroom into the garage. Clearly it could affect the whole house. And the internet. And the package, probably.
Maybe the house is evil.
Or
Pretty
maybe
sure it's
something...
more than this house. I'm pretty sure it's probably an entity that can do it where it's at.
Maybe whatever.
Maybe even
whatever George is working on. Maybe something's happening there.
I'm gonna
maybe
go up
even
and knock.
it's like Teal Hex, where they can use their powers to anything they can see but into people. That's scary,
It's possibility.
right? That's how scary works.
Right. Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
I'm gonna go up to the door and knock on it.
Okay. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Walk, walk, walk. Click. Tumbler goes. Opens the door. Hi, can I help you?
Hey, I'm the Siberian. You're George Willow, right? We'd like to talk to you about your house. We might want to buy it. Probably. Not really. Anyway, so like,
Buy my house. No,
Right.
no, thank you. I like my house. No, thank you.
yeah, we like your house too. So,
Why is a cat trying to buy my house? You're a cat, you know that, right?
don't you watch the news? Like, how about what? Do you not watch the TVs?
I watch TV all the time. I'm not aware of a giant cat.
You're not aware of a giant cat?
No.
Wow,
I'm gonna try to help the Siberian out. I pull out my
You hear-
checkbook.
You
I
hear
write a
in the
number
back.
with 6 zeros on it, and I show it to the man.
You hear the news report in the back talking about the local werewolf out by Eventide Estate.
Alright, that werewolf thing. I'm not even a wolf. I'm a freaking cat. Like, how does anyway? Yeah. So this check. That's a lot of zeros, man. I think you sure you don't want to sell this house?
No, thank you.
I add another 0.
It's highly, this is very, very gracious, and unfortunately, I can't. This is
No, George.
This is
George.
an important house for me and my daughter. I don't think we could leave here.
Oh, so you do have
Oh.
a daughter. So George, I'm gonna level with
What?
you. Your daughter sent us a letter, and she says that her doll's gonna eat her, and
What are you?
that.
Oh, no.
I'm,
Oh no, this is
Me and
quickly
my-
going
The
downhill.
Siberian and
I'm
his compatriots are very concerned about that, so we're just wondering if we could come inside and have a talk with you. Maybe talk to your daughter and ask her why she sent us letter.
Look, I appreciate concern, and this offer is again very gracious. I'm not interested in selling
George,
my house.
look, all right, I'm gonna
I'm-
level with you again.
As a matter
So,
of
like,
fact,
here's the thing.
you're a bunch of creepy people that just showed up asking about my daughter. So
Right. That's right. She sent us a letter. So, George, gonna level with you again. We're either coming in this house if you invite us, or we're probably gonna end up blowing it up because that's usually what happens. So, those are your choices.
Wow.
Kind of worried.
You're
I
so
now have an
good.
envelope.
no.
I now have an envelope with $25,000 in cash in it. Hold it out towards the man and say, half an hour in your house.
Have a good day, everybody. And he closes the door.
Can I do a quick roll of deception to see if to see if I can kind of figure out what he's hiding?
You can do an insight to try to figure out and read him. Sure.
How about I do this?
Oh God.
Oh dang. Okay.
Okay,
We can do that in a
let's
second, but Pinky did ask about doing the insight, so go ahead and give me that insight, see what you can find out, and then we can do the mind reading as well.
So would it actually be insight? Because I do have a thing for deception.
So deception is
master
about
deception.
deception is literally about you deceiving other people.
Okay, just me. Okay.
Yeah, where insight is
Got
your
it.
ability to not be deceived by people. Not bad.
24.
Not bad. not roll great. Okay.
No, not at all.
So you can tell that he is not going to be convinced to let you in. And you can tell that he's not necessarily hiding anything. He's just really freaked out by you all. Showing up in weird costumes, asking about his daughter. Also pick up the fact that he's not acknowledging the fact that he denied having a daughter in your initial conversation versus now being very open and talking about her in the second conversation.
I look at the Siberian and I say, either the man is a moron because he turned down $25,000 in cash, or he's under the effect of something insidious. Either way you tried, I pat him on the shoulder.
Column A, column B, you know how it goes.
What were you gonna say, Tiffany?
I kind of like want to don like the whole like motherly like superhero like feminine power kind of like thing, and I try to talk to this guy very gently but like seriously, like, sir, I understand that you don't know who we are.
So he's already
And-
closed the door on you.
I know, but I'm saying it loudly through the door.
Got it. Okay.
Like, I feel like he's still there, like staring at us through like the window or something.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Like, sir, I understand you don't know who we are, and I know our appearance is kind of freaking you out a little bit, but we received a letter from a little girl named Mary, and I'm really worried about her. She says something's going on with you, and that she's not allowed outside, and whatever, you know, is going on, we just want to help you and Mary so that you can both be safe. Is there any way that you'd be able to talk to us, please? We just want to do what's best for Mary.
Okay.
And I'm like trying to like pull at his heartstrings because he seems to be really protective of her. And maybe if he sees people are actually worried about Mary and not so much focused on him, he'll be like, okay, maybe I'll talk to them.
Okay. Go ahead and you can roll the deception on that. It would usually fall more under persuasion because of the way you're talking to him, but you can use deception if you need to.
Nat
Ooh.
20.
Wow, nice.
Okay. We'll get to that in just a moment.
Okay.
ApoMan,
Yes.
you are doing your mind reading.
Yes.
Okay. Let's take a look at your mind reading.
Mind reading is target rolls willpower.
Target
And
rolls
then-
willpower.
I roll d20 plus 20. Different degrees give me different insights into their thoughts.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your roll. Roll your roll.
Roll my roll. Oh wow, that was crap.
His wasn't great either.
So
Yikes.
how many degrees is
He's gonna have a pretty high will in this particular situation, but he still fails by 6.
Oh, okay. So I get his surface thoughts, personal thoughts, memories, and subconscious.
Okay. So, as Teal Hex is talking to him, you're trying to like read his thoughts, and there's all these different things floating around inside of it, and you're trying to pick up these thoughts, and you're trying to get everything, but they just start like melding into different thoughts halfway through, and stuff just keeps changing each time. So it'll be like, "That's what's best for Mary. No, don't let anyone near Mary. They're out to get her. No, but we can protect her. No, but then quiet, stop." You know, and like it's just like he's arguing with himself. He's unsure what to do, and he's just having every thought you could possibly have, but it all just comes back to like protect Mary.
Okay. So I'll
I'll turn to the group, and in a moment of clarity, feeding off of this man's willpower.
You also have one other thing I just thought of that you would get from that. You see memories, you said.
Yes.
And you see, as he's thinking about Mary and protecting her, you're getting these flashes of different memories that he has of Mary and playing with her, and it's like these very fond memories. And the way that you see them is the same way that like those pictures that come in the picture frames you buy. Like the imagery is the same. It's all perfectly lit, and it's he's like it's a commercial for some new drug that is perfectly like it's just this amazing family dynamic, but it's only for him and it's only ever Mary, and they're always wearing the exact same outfit. He has the same shirt and tie and pants, and she's wearing the same like little dress.
And it's how the Big Mac always looks perfect on TV, but it looks like garbage when you buy it.
Exactly. It still tastes delicious, but
that Mac sauce though.
But yes, there's like a ton of them. Like you're seeing like 7, 8, 9, like all these different memories flooding in, but they look the same, they feel the same, they're dressed the same.
Okay.
All right. So, going back to your nat 20 deception.
Yes.
He leans in, and you can tell that he's leaning against the door, and you can hear in his voice like he has this thing. It's like, thank you for your concern. I truly appreciate it. I can tell that you're all very concerned, but I can protect her. She's fine. You can go now.
Two heads are better than one, sir. And with you and the rest of us here, all of us, it takes a village. Let us help with Mary.
You need to go. You should leave. And his voice changes. His voice changes a little bit. You should go while you can.
If I rolled perception, would I be able to pick up more on like what's going on with his voice?
It's not. You don't even need a roll. Like you can tell that like it's a change in his voice, and that it's him talking through whatever's going on in his head for just a moment.
It's a split second moment of clarity.
Yeah. And with that, ApoMan and Teal Hex, you're focused on this door right now. The three others, Siberian, Eventide, Arbalist. Give me perceptions.
Oh.
Dang.
I think we're good with Patty.
Yeah, you're all fine. So Patty, you specifically, because of the nat 20, you get the moment. So everyone's kind of looking. Siberian's just like, man, this is taking a long time. And so
that's a great impression.
Yeah. All you have to do is start a sentence with "goddamn," and you can pretty much nail the Siberian.
Good damn it.
You're looking around, and you always have that. You've always got those Hawkeye senses going.
No, stop it. Bad.
And you're looking around. You're like keeping an eye out. Like you're in the suburbs. Like there's nothing crazy gonna happen here. And you look over your shoulder and you see something for just a second, and you turn around, and there is just a classic, stereotypical, from the movies, ninja standing in the middle of the street.
Talking like wearing all black with
all
the
black
hood and
with the
face
hood
mask.
and the loose clothing and
some shurikens and
every dumb ninja stereotype you can think of. and then another one like does a flip off the roof from across the way, and then another one jumps out of the bushes, and then another one comes out from underneath a car, and like a manhole opens up and another one comes out, and it's just that scene of like ninjas coming out of all of these hidden places around you. And
I'm pretty sure I've seen this in a movie.
I'm pretty sure I've seen this in a movie. So Arbalist, you're the one that sees this. Everyone else is still kind of focused on that door. What do you say?
Guys, ninjas?
I want to end so bad on that.
There's ninjas?
So everyone's able to turn around, and you now see a collection of ninjas lined up across the street, in the street, all just standing there looking at you.
Hello!
Just to throw it out there, ahead of time, Teal Hex, your brain is spinning in circles in your head.
You spin me round, right, baby, right round, like a rocket, baby, round. Okay.
You get like caught on the hamster wheel and it's just spinning.
Yes, there are 10 ninjas.
10 ninjas.
10.
10 ninjas.
10 ninjas.
10 of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Spread out a little bit, some
10.
spacing between them. So they take up most of the next lot. And they're like in front of cars and coming out of sewer holes.
Did I see one like its head popping out of a mailbox? Like I don't.
Yes, there's literally one coming out of a mailbox. Like that's the level of insanity that's happening right now. One was hiding in a mailbox. One comes through the letter slide in the front door of another house. Like he just slides out of it and then pops up like with his sword out.
One comes out of a doghouse if the guy next door,
You guys get it. Okay.
lady watering her lawn, one steps out from behind her.
Oh.
And then like one person just like pulls like a zipper down, like magically showed up on the top of there. They pull it down. It's a ninja like in a person suit.
All of this. I love all of this. You guys nailed this. Oh, there's someone walking like a baby in a stroller down the street.
And then ninja pops
It's
up from
really
the
it,
stroller.
And then a ninja jumps out of the stroller. Yeah, you get it.
Shrooms.
It's that. So, with that, as the ninjas line up and stare you all down, you will give me initiatives.
I don't know how I feel about this, honestly.
My initiative.
Oh,
but
shoot.
it's my token.
I've got to select my token. I got a 34.
You got a 34? I feel like
I did. I'm not. You can look at the screen.
Why is it so delayed? I'm supposed to have improved initiative and I got a 9?
Oh, there's my token. Okay. Oof.
Is it 34, Sean?
Yes.
12. ApoMan got a 20. Phillips got a 9. Arbalist got a 13.
Oh,
Boom! Awesome. Yikes. And yikes.
Quick moving.
Okay, with that, 10 ninjas stand before you. Swords drawn, shurikens in hand, standing in their ninja poses. Arbalist. Wait, where's that here? I changed your initiative.
There it goes.
Siberian,
Mm-hmm.
it is your turn. Ninjas invade the suburbs. What do you do?
Ninjas in the room.
Ninja fighting music.
I think I'm going to activate. What? No. Yeah, I'm going to activate my freezing aura, and then sort of dive into the middle of the ninjas and just sort of stand there and like, yeah, hey, you guys should cool off, right? It's a hot day.
Okay. Okay, so anyone in your freezing aura has to make a. I have this document.
DC 2042 save. I take
DC
damage equal to the
2042
degrees of failure.
Oh, why couldn't you said something like "chill out"?
I think I did that last time. So,
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
It was equally cheesy.
Time for a freeze frame ass kicking.
20, you said?
Yeah.
They failed by 8.
Ooh. So
With the way, how big is your aura?
good question.
How many ranks?
Oh, you got real quiet too, man. I don't know what happened there.
Probably not talking as loud as I usually am. It is. I don't know if that's written down.
Oh my goodness.
But it should be ranks equal to whatever your array is.
What's the question?
How big is his aura?
The array points aren't even there, so I don't know.
I'm guessing it's a 30.
Which aura are we trying to do?
The freezing
cold.
aura.
Oh, that's reactive if you get melee attack. You don't have to do anything, it just happens. Every time you're hit with a melee attack, they have to save or take damage.
That's what it is. Okay.
Okay.
It's a 5 foot. It's the square, every square around it. However,
Got
you
it.
do have Ice Blast, Shape Ice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I'll just like sort of like try to draw the fire. And, hey. Moss is still only 7 feet tall.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay, so you jump into the middle of them and try to do that. Okay. Arbalest, it is your turn.
Okay. One of the other when we were looking at the house, the other room that kind of like was weird was the garage, correct?
Yeah, that's the where the workshop got moved to, basically, when the girls' room was created.
Okay. I would like to try to enter the garage.
Okay. So you go to like the garage door. You go to the garage door of house. It is not reinforced.
Fools! Fools! You always reinforce.
Always reinforced garage door. Sorry, that's a siege joke for me, guys. Okay. You go to like try to lift up the garage door and it's locked, but if you want to do like a quick anything that you could use to lockpick, thievery or something like that.
Could I use my? I'll use my attack. That's fine. Can I use my flare arrow to burn a hole for the garage?
Sure.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay. You don't need a roll to shoot the stationary door, but you'll use this round to burn a hole through the door. The next round you'll be able to actually get in and look around the garage. Okay. All right. So you now have a pretty big hole in the garage door. ApoMan.
Have no fear, ApoMan is here.
My puppies are moving around. Just make sure they're not doing anything dumb.
I said have no fear. Alright, so how are these ninjas positioned?
Again, kind of separate from each other, spacing between them. No one standing like really right on top of each other. And they're all in ninja pose.
All in ninja see if this works.
Before you do anything, are these minions?
These would in fact be considered minions.
You don't have to roll to hit, Dwayne. You can just take 10 and add it to your base attack modifier, and then if you miss, you know you gotta roll.
Yes, so if anyone has the book and you want to look up the information about this, you can on page 245.
Numbers.
That would be the minion rules. But just to give everybody at home a quick understanding of minions, minions are minor characters subject to special rules in combat, generally easier to defeat than normal characters. Villains often employ hordes of minions against heroes. The following rules apply. Minions cannot score critical hits against non-minions. Non-minions can make attack checks against minions as routine checks. Routine checks allow you to basically take 10 as part of the action.
What was the page number again? I'm sorry.
That is page 245 in the Heroes Handbook Deluxe Edition. If a minion fails a resistance check, the minion suffers the worst degree of the effect. So a minion failing a damage resistance check, for example, is incapacitated regardless of degree of failure.
Oh shit.
Certain traits like the takedown advantage are more effective against or specifically target minions. If you have takedown,
I do.
Basically, you're going to get, anytime you punch or hit or take down a minion, you would then get a free attack against a second minion. Specifically, though, it would have to be another minion.
Sure.
But yes, those are the minion rules. And because there are 10 of these ninjas, these are in fact minions.
Alright, well, I'm gonna look at the one straight ahead. Like, as soon as I turn around and I see all these ninjas, the one that I see right in front of where I'm looking. And then I just go like that. I just snap my fingers and do, where'd it go? Do my blinding radiance 30-foot burst on that man.
Ooh, dang. You'll be able to hit 3 ninjas with that burst.
Dodge versus DC 20.
Dodge versus DC 20. Ooh, they make the DC of 20.
Oh, poo. Okay. And I make a sad face.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you turn around.
You know what? I have all these freaking hero points there. Anyway, I can use a hero point to make it harder.
You can make me re-roll.
Okay, yeah. Reroll that.
Okay.
Subtract. Yay!
Okay. They now fail by, it doesn't matter, they fail. So they take the worst possible thing of your brilliant, blinding, radiant attack.
Okay, then they are unaware to all visual.
Okay, so standing there, 3 ninjas are standing there. 3 ninjas, okay. Stop saying 3 ninjas. 3 ninjas.
Such a good movie, though.
And then this blinding light goes off in their eyes, and you can just see they're all like, their eyes just kind of like glaze over, and you've like seared their retinas. Okay.
It doesn't say how long, though.
They're gonna get to say the
Permanent.
city trout.
Okay.
Actually,
They're
no.
just blind
When you
now.
take the worst possible effect, it doesn't go away until someone heals them or time passes. You can only round by round save versus degree 1 and 2 afflictions. Degree 3, you're stuck until you recover.
Okay.
Rank 3 is bad.
Okay.
Take that.
All right.
You 3 ninjas.
So those 3 ninjas and 2 others start to move forward.
Blindly.
3 of them do start to move blindly. And they are going to come up and swipe. The first 3 will have a -5 for being completely blind, or it's the mischance because they're blind. Okay. it's 50% miss chance when blind. So they are going to move up to you and take their attacks. The three that are blind are going to all attack ApoMan because screw that guy. And then the other two are going to move in on Siberia because you did jump in specifically to start drawing people's fire.
Okay.
So you're going to get those. So first three go against ApoMan. Does a 22 hit you?
My dodge?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, these are all melee attacks. They're going to be against your dodge unless I specify. Does an 18 hit you?
No.
Does a 16 hit you?
No.
Okay. Do you want 1 through 49 to be the miss on them, or 50 through 100?
50 through 100.
Okay. The guy who hits you is going to roll. He rolls a 32, so he does actually still hit this time.
Ow.
So that's going to be... you're going to have to make 2 checks on this. So you come in and you're expecting just a regular ninja sword swipe, but as you do, the blade just shimmers and changes ever so slightly, and when it slices against you, make a fortitude check.
That sounds bad.
Okay, you make the fortitude check. You can see that it tries to do something to you, but it doesn't affect you, so you're not able to quite see what it was trying to do just yet. Now make your toughness against the damage itself of the blade slicing in.
Huh. Ugh.
Ooh.
Hold on. Wait, how do I do that? Ugh. There we go.
There you go. Okay. You then also overcome that as well. So this ninja comes up. The 2 go to swipe at you, and you're easily able to get out of their way. They're trying to just swipe at you blindly. But the third one actually does try to like stab you, and you're just at the last second able to like stop the blade from actually hurting you.
I'm so proud of you.
Yay, hero force.
The other 2 come at Siberian. Does a 19 hit you? Hit your dodge.
Hey, Siberian. Yes,
You're very
it does.
active, Dutch.
Yeah.
Does an 18 hit your dodge?
It does.
Okay. I need 2 fortitude saves, 2 toughness saves, and then tell me what happens to them when someone melees you.
They have to make a fortitude
Wait,
save.
you are 30 foot from him right now, right?
No.
He specified he was staying in 7-foot form.
Oh, well then your dodge goes up by how many degrees do you have? 6 points.
Oh, then those wouldn't
Because you
hit.
don't have any of your size right now. You have your strength still because power hope, but you don't have any size penalties.
Did you hit a 20, Steve?
No.
No. Okay, then yeah. You don't hit me, as I'm just a wily cat at this point.
Okay. Then without that added size and inability to move around, you are able to dodge the ninja's attacks in this current form. All right.
That does mean your toughness is lower too. By the
Yeah, I
same
saw
amount
that.
you gained in dodge.
Right. And they have to roll a DC 20 in order to not get hit by my frozen aura.
They have to roll a DC what?
Fortitude, sorry.
That's only if they actually hit you, though, correct?
No, that's any melee attack because it affects you when you're in melee range. It affects every square around him.
Okay. That's a 17 and a 17.
So that's what, like 1 degree of failure?
As minions, they take
Which
the worst
they're
possible
minions.
degree.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so then they take the worst possible degree,
They
which
freeze to death.
freeze to death.
It actually damages them?
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Okay. What are your degrees, just so
no.
everyone knows?
It's
damage.
regular damage using fortitude instead of toughness.
Sean can tell his own powers.
No, I can't because Tyler made the character.
Got
so.
it. Tyler makes confusing
And it's not
characters.
written
No one knows
down
what they
here.
actually do. Got it. Okay, so what happens, Tyler?
That's it. I told you. It's just a damage attack. You're just substituting fortitude for toughness. It's not a special effect.
Okay. All right, so they go and they try to swipe at you, and your freezing aura just bursts out and actually knocks them back, and they're just two frozen husks now laying in the street.
Ooh.
Ooh, it's gruesome.
Even time.
First I fly up 100 feet into the air. And then I'll Eldritch Blast the nearest one, taking 20. That's a 20 against their willpower. Taking 10, not taking 1.
I was going to say it's taking 10. But you have a 10 in the power, correct?
Yep.
So 20, okay. Nope, they fail.
So he dies, and I do it to the next one. Because I have takedown.
You have takedown. Okay, so describe your Eldritch Blast as it blasts this ninja away.
There's a roiling burst of purple and cerulean blue energy that crackles like lightning in a jagged fork that isn't straight. When it hits you, it coruscates across your body. You know how in the comic books, when someone drains your energy, like your aura gets sucked out of you, it looks like that. It doesn't actually look like it's affecting their body, it looks like it's burning their soul.
Oh, so not horrifying at all.
No. All right,
No screams.
next one.
Same thing.
Okay.
Don't worry, stream. We're the good guys.
Hey, man,
This is
Rogue's
20.
boy, Yep.
He fails as well. So that second blast comes in. The first guy, actually, no sound comes from these ninjas. Even as all like the cold things happening, even as these Eldritch blasts is like ripping and burning their soul away, like they don't make any sound verbally. They are completely quiet, but they're writhing in pain as it's happening. But then eventually the Eldritch blast overcomes the ninja, and he is knocked out as well.
I only have takedown once, which means you can't do it forever. It's the famous cleave. You gotta keep stacking and keep going. So
Yeah,
I kill 2, I'm done, and I'm
All right.
flying.
Tailhex, your turn. There is 6 ninjas left. 3 of which are trying to stab ApoMan. The other... 6 minus 3. No, the other 3 have not attacked anybody yet.
Okay. I'm assuming I'm within like pretty close distance because it's like they're right up on us, right?
They're not like right up on you. Remember, they came out across the street and they kind of spread out a little bit. So there's
Not on the
space.
computer, sir.
There's space between all of them.
Okay. I want to use catastrophe on one of the guys, or just like in the general direction of the ones attacking ApoMan.
Catastrophe on one of the ones that's attacking ApoMan.
Yeah.
Okay.
This can only go well.
All right. So
Yes.
what happens is, do you want to describe what happens, or do you want me to?
They have to do a save, though.
Right, but that's the power where we describe what's happening, and that determines what the save is against the ranks of your power, right?
It says the
Catastrophe is the
save
one
is
that hilarious
anything
kills
but
them, yes.
toughness. Yeah. Usually dodge or fortitude versus a DC of 25. Okay.
He means not the mechanics, he means describe the hilarious or terrible thing that happens to them.
Right.
Okay. So, Till Hex, they turn and they kind of look in ApoMan's direction, and she just kind of like squints her eyes really hard, just like staring over there, and then like you hear like birds kind of like chirping in the background, and like a random swarm of like birds kind of like fly, and like a whole bunch of them just kind of just start like defecating all on top of like someone's car, but like it's like insanely like surprisingly heavy. So like as it hits the car alarm starts going off, and like some dude walks out of his house yelling like, "What the hell's going on?" Oh, he's screaming, right? He's screaming about the freaking birds crapping all over his car because like the car alarm. When he opens the door, a dog comes bolting out, right? In the process. So while the dog's bolting out of the door, the dog keeps running, and then like a cat shows up and starts getting chased by the dog, and the cat kind of like jumps up and just like jumps on one of the ninja's faces and just starts like and starts like scratching at at the
Okay.
ninja's face.
All of that
Good Tide
happens.
is watching this from 100 feet up, and he actually looks down and says, "Wow."
So yeah.
Okay,
Hi.
so he'll make a toughness save against that.
Anything but toughness. it
Anything
says.
but toughness.
Save
Okay.
is anything but toughness, but it's usually dodge or fortitude.
Okay. And he's gonna make a dodge against the cat climbing.
Okay. DC is 25.
Dang, fails by 1.
Well, since he's a minion, he gets clawed the fuck
He gets
out.
clawed. So this cat jumps on this ninja's face and
That's
claws him
Buttcat.
so bad that he just falls down and he's just grabbing his face and he's just like, ah, 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 and dies the dramatic ninja death.
Is this
Yeah.
ninja? This one doesn't make. This guy doesn't make sound either, though, right?
That's true. So it's more like,
Okay.
Like, all you hear in the background is the dude screaming. Like, because there's like a huge amount of like poop all over his car.
There's like
All
2
right.
heartbeats, and then again from Eventide. Wow.
next goes the other group of ninjas that have 3 of them remaining. They are actually going to two of them pull out like shuriken style weapons, and they actually throw them at Teal Hex, who's all standing there doing weird stuff. So this is going to be against your. Oh crap! We were using dodge. Oh. Melee attacks are against parry.
Melee attacks are against parry. Whoops.
Yep.
I didn't catch that either.
So yes, so this should have been against parry, no big deal. Dodge, this will be against you. Teal Hex, these are going to be ranged thrown weapons.
Well, my parry are the same.
Yeah, for a lot of people it'll be the same, so I'm not that concerned. But just in the future, for clarification, rule-wise, melee attacks are against parry, ranged are against dodge, and Patty is vibing to whatever it is he's listening to.
I know,
Just
he's
assume-
been doing
Which
that
is
for a while.
which is nothing. I'm just vibing.
All right.
There's no music going on.
No.
That
No.
G Fuel.
Shh, we gotta edit that, Patty. What you have to say is, I'm vibing to the awesome music of Sirenscape.
Ooh, there we go.
There it is. There it is. No, Patty's just raging on G Fuel, apparently. And Sirenscape.
4 empty cans of Red Bull full. We can't see.
So the first one gets thrown at you and misses wildly. Another one comes in and God also misses wildly. The third ninja actually runs up and looks at the arbalist trying to climb in through the garage and comes up to slice you in the back. Arbalist.
What a dill hole.
This will be against your parry.
Ha ha ha!
Ugh! Misses dramatically.
Can be that moment where like I'm watching
Odds
the
are
I'm
not
watch.
ever in your favor.
I'm watching the flare arrow do its work. It's making a hole bigger and bigger. I see the ninja running at me. I'm watching the hole, ninja hole. I'm timing. I'm like, no, this would be perfect. I just kind of jump into the hole as he races by and slashes where my body was.
Perfect. You just fall backwards like through the hole in this really cool backward somersault.
I shoot him the double bird as I'm falling.
You knock two
Guillermo'd
double
it.
birds.
That's worth a hero point.
You did. No, I give out hero points.
You can have one of mine. It's fine.
Guillermo gives out hero points.
I love Guillermo
Not like
so much.
6 minutes left of this session. Let's calm ourselves down.
Yeah.
So you double birds in through the garage, and he misses his swipe by 5 miles, give or take. Siberian, it is your turn. You have iced 2 ninjas. 2 more standing there.
Literally.
Are you gonna put him on ice?
There's 2 ninjas throwing shuriken.
You
at
are muted,
Hex.
Sean.
There's the one that's directly on top of the arbalist, and then there are the 2 more trying to stab ApoMan.
I'm just gonna aim at 2 different ones and use my ice blast against them.
Just tell me which one interacting with which person you want to target.
Shit. Did I
2
just
on
see one?
Apo. 2 on Apo.
I don't care.
I need you to tell me, man, so I
No,
know
I don't
which
care.
enemies-
I don't care. There's 2 on Apo.
Got it. Okay. So you're gonna shoot the 2. Understood. So you're gonna shoot the 2 that are throwing shurikens at Teal Hex.
Yes, that makes some sense.
Okay.
Cool. So gonna roll the ice blast.
Okay. You take 10. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that's a 20 to attack.
A 20 to attack.
Mm-hmm.
So both of them have to make their saves. Almost thought I was gonna roll a not single digit number. The first one gets shot backwards, double backflip, smashes into one of the car that's covered in bird poop, and then like flies through that guy who's yelling's front door.
There you go.
The second one.
Hey!
Oh, look at that one. He rolled.
Second one
lucky.
makes his save and is able to just dodge your ice blast.
Oh, wow, that one's quick.
Shit, he actually doesn't suck. Okay.
Watch out for that guy.
That's the boss ninja.
That ninja's got skills. Okay.
Arbalist, it is your turn.
All right, I would like to look around this workshop here and see what's going down.
Okay. What are you looking for specifically? Anything you're trying to keep your eye out
Specifically,
for?
yeah, specifically, I'm looking for whatever George.
George.
Yes, whatever George might have been working on last, or what seems to be a passion project in there has been worked on the most. There's whatever part, being a person that works on a workbench myself, wherever he has been focusing most of his time, looks like.
Okay. Give me a quick investigation. So in the middle of this ninja fight, we'll outside in a few minutes.
I would like to hear a point that.
Okay.
There we go.
Nope. All right, so you 23. Yeah, you look around and you're able to kind of like start looking through the workbench, and you find a bunch of blueprints and parts that match up what's on the blueprints. You also notice that these parts have been they're scorched and they're like stuffed in a way to not only indicate that they've been used, but then dismantled. And with that, we'll come back to you. ApoMan, you have 2 more of the last 3 remaining ninjas on you. They are blind, but they're still trying to stab you.
I think you're muted, buddy.
I am, because the red light was on.
Oh, dang!
The red light of death.
So ApoMan learned his kung fu skills from watching Pink Panther movies.
Oh, God. Perfect. Perfect.
So he comes out with the coolest
Jacques Cousteau chop.
You're gonna do the wild, like, wrist, like, body flip.
But his hand turns all purplish as it comes down with the chop
Okay.
as you face a side blade.
Woo! There it is. You definitely super hit with that. And that is a damage of 25. Holy crap. Nope. So you come down with that side blade and just like full on like chop this this ninja. And like just with each chop, like he kind of like drops down to a knee, goes down a little bit more, drops down to the other knee, like, and you just chop him until he's on the ground, and you just like pop, 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 pop. And again, he's like,
And then he yells Kato. Because he doesn't know that he's calling for the other person. He just thinks that's what you're supposed to say after you chop somebody.
okay. Oh God. The final remaining ninja standing next to ApoMan tries to stab him. Son of
God.
a worst ninjas ever. Where's
Well, I mean,
the one?
they are
Eventide.
blind.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It plays into it perfectly. Eventide. There's one blind ninja left, and one more trying to throw shurikens at Teal Hex.
I blow them up. Famous
blow them
last
up?
round.
Okay. So with that, he fires his next two Eldritch Blast, the two remaining minions. Let's just see if that other minion happens to make his roll again, because that would be kind of awesome.
He is the boss ninja.
What is your damage on that, just out of curiosity?
23.
25? 23?
3.
23.
Yeah.
The blind ninja does not make his roll. Goes, boss ninja time. Boss ninja. Boss ninja.
Big money, no whammies.
Does not make 20.
Oh.
He's not as boss as Dr. Eventide.
Nope, he is not. And with that, the last two ninjas in the street go down. There's a collective kind of like breath. You look in, you see the hole that the arbalist has burned through. You're looking at the blueprints, and you see it's this weird like device, and it looks like it's some sort of focusing mechanism that would like generate or like project out some sort of weird energy aspect. You're the only one that can see this right now. So you're looking through and you're like kind of trying to understand it, and you get a pretty good idea. Like I said, it's like, it's like long, and it has this aspect to it, and then it would throw something out that's projecting something. You're not sure what it is.
Laser.
Perhaps some sort of laser.
Laser.
And as you're looking through those blueprints, and the other four are kind of like looking around, just making sure all the ninjas are dealt with, you hear ping, 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 and something starts bouncing around inside the garage and whirls past your head, and then comes back out through the hole across the street to the top of a house from the other side. And the four of you now see a woman standing on the roof across the way.
Oh no.
Who looks somewhat like this.
Oh no.
With another 10 ninjas next to her.
Would it be bad if my character thought she was hot?
She's hella hot for the people in chat.
Does she look familiar? like really familiar?
We will address that next week.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, it beat me to it.
The last thing that that happens, you're starting. So you see that whiz past your head, Arbalist. The four of you see that woman across the street, and that thing that bounced around in the garage comes back out, goes all the way across the street, back up, and she just plucks it out of the air. And she brings it back, and it's one of those chakrams that she is holding in her hand. And she has two that glow different energies. And they actually start shifting back and forth different colors. And she just looks, and she looks at the 5 inches to her left, 5 inches to her right, and she just holds one of her arms out with the chakram and points at you. As that happens, Arbalist, you start to hear the small, faint cries of a young 9-year-old girl deeper into the garage. And you hear, "Help me!" And with that, we will end for the night.
I'm so torn on what's gonna happen. So I don't know if this is gonna be bad or good.
Now, I have a question, Steve.
Yes.
Is next week going to be a new book, like a new comic book, or is this just a new chapter?
So each session that we play, traditionally think of it as an issue of a comic. So this was Future Fates issue 2. So that final panel would be her standing there with the chakram, like pointing at the four of them, with a small little panel in the bottom corner showing the Arbalist hearing the cries, and then to be continued next week or next month.
Okay, so for anyone who got the special edition copy,
Yes.
there's an extra page at the back
Oh, okay.
that flashes one cell back to the mansion before we ever left for this house, and you see ApoMan on a computer deleting his address on Facebook.
Wow.
That's how she got the address.
That's why I said wow.
All right. So once again, that does complete our adventure for the night. Hopefully, you all enjoyed that. We got a little bit of a ninja fight in. We tested out the moving mechanics. We saw everyone's pretty cool powers. Really good use of that in being able to clear out that many people. The next week, the challenge is a bit harder. There's 10 more ninjas and someone who stands a little bit more of a threat to you.
Yes.
I just realized something. I did a no.
What do you do?
I didn't say a cheese-related pun during my turn.
That means you're going to have some pretty hard negatives next week, doesn't it?
I'm feeling pretty blue about it.
Oh, there comes one.
There goes one.
Too little, too late.
Yep. I'll make that note that you, Pinky,
Yeah.
no cheese pun.
So,
What
like,
a great note. Pinky no cheese.
I mean, I would feel bad
You
if
never
I
would
didn't own
remembered
up
if you
to
hadn't
it.
said it.
I know, but I have to be honest.
Sounds like a diner order. Like pinky no
Another
cheese.
complication.
So, but we're not completely done for the night, as I like to steal that line from Tyler. Such a good transition. Let's go ahead. We go around. We'll do our votes for our favorite hero of the night, everybody.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
Yeah. So try to remember what happened in
Also-
the last 3 hours. It was a lot. What you got, Tyler?
Also, we all fail. It's pinned to the room. The order is Tiffany, Sean, Dwayne, me, Patty.
I succeeded because
there
I
it
went
is.
last.
Pinned him to the room.
I succeeded because I went last.
Yes.
True.
Okay.
Huh.
There it is. Okay.
All right.
Now we know for next week.
So, Tiffany, who was your favorite? And partial reason why.
Only partial reason? Okay.
Between 20 to 60% why.
Between 10 to 12 cinnamon.
Patty,
Yes.
DHS.
Perfect.
Which
Dale's-
I
Dale's
have
my
dubbed
guy.
meaning DHS stands for delivery haste system.
I just think we should come up with different things that it stands for each week. Because yes,
It just changes. Yeah.
I like Department of Homeland Shipping.
That's another good one.
It's
Delivering home shopping.
delivering
Delivering home shopping.
Oh God, I liked yours, Tiff, just now. God, that's gonna be good. Sean, who's your vote go to?
I'm gonna go with ApoMan for just playing it up. I dig it.
Just being ApoMan.
Just existing.
ApoMan?
ApoMan is going to vote for the Arbalist this evening.
Me.
I think you really shine through pretty much the whole thing with the use of your different skills and making the story.
Thank you.
And Tyler.
ApoMan, because Netflix is not voice activated.
Perfect. And finally, Patty.
I posted a whole bunch in our little Discord, which, for anybody who wants to enter Patreon, I would then post in our Patreon lounge, and you can see my personal favorites throughout the whole night. But that's getting sidetracked. My favorite hero of the night was Siberian for using ApoMan as the human bomb disposal unit.
Oh man, I guess Patrick didn't get the memo. We don't vote for Sean.
It's okay.
No,
He knows for next
I'll
week.
do it.
that he does. That was a really good moment.
That's
that
my
was,
one.
That was a highlight for me. Was the human bomb disposal unit. I liked fish bowls. I liked goldfish in the fish bowl. It was a good
It's
one.
pretty good.
I'm legitimately going to make that next week. Just so you guys know. Like, I'm hitting up Dollar
Excellent.
Tree, getting one of those small little bowls. Like, I already have the goldfish crackers. It's gonna be a thing.
All of you guys, I'm always concerned, because I have to write these games, and it's like very free form, and Mutants and Masterminds is very kind of like give and take, and it's always one of those ones where it's like, do I give you guys enough stuff to go on? But you guys did awesome. You filled up so much of that early portion with amazing role play. Siberian with your reactions to ApoMan kill me every time. You're just like, huh? Yeah. Okay. And ApoMan's great. Teal Hex is amazing. Arbalist is just running up Bill on top of Bill on top of Bill. And I say I hate Eventide because I love him too much, and he's wonderfully creepy. Props to all of you guys. Amazing session. And with that, we will go ahead and wrap up for the night. Go ahead and mark down your points for next week. Remember, it's going to give you one additional starting hero point at the beginning of issue 3. So just mark down what you got. Arbalist's going to have himself a pretty good little chunk there. Good job.
How many help with the creepy child in the garage?
It's true.
How many do we normally start out with?
We normally start off with one starting hero point. Tiffany gets those extra ones from luck, but they have limited use. Yes. With that, let's go ahead and plug our pluggables in the same order as before.
Like, as the beginning of the session, or like what we're supposed to be doing?
What we're supposed to be doing.
However you guys want to do it. No, we'll start with Tiffany.
Okay.
Tell us who you are.
So, hi, my name is Tiffany. I like long walks on the beach. Pink is my favorite color, and I absolutely love D&D, the show Supernatural, Stranger Things, and I have a fondness for black cats. You can also find me at Inuhimi88 on Twitter. I am desperately very lonely, and someone love me, please. Someone love me. I really
That's
like
worth
the
a
color
pity
pink,
follow.
though.
I'm
Ooh,
at
it smells like
Space Lord.
strawberries still.
Whoa.
It smells like strawberries. It's a strawberry
Yeah.
macaron from Disney.
Right.
They shut down.
I'm at Space Lord PJs. You can find me at cartoon.ninja for my doodles. You can also find me here on every night. Yeah, every night playing games. These cool people.
My face just bounced.
Yikes.
Yeah. So me, Made Kimchi on the internet. I will be here Thursdays and Fridays playing awesome games with awesome peoples. And if it doesn't get said, I would just like to say one more time that thank you everyone who has subscribed, liked, or followed us.
Your next copy.
I'm Tyler. I am Eldritch Echoes on the internet, and I'm here every time this channel does anything. But right now, especially on Wednesdays, when we are playing They Came From Beyond the Grave to support the Kickstarter that starts next week. Come see it. It's worth all the money. Also on the 31st, we'll be doing a special one-shot with all of these people of Pugmire for charity on the Onyx Path channel. Come check that out too. Support a good cause.
That is 2 Fridays from now, correct? The 31st?
Correct.
Yes.
Yep. So that will be in place of this game that one night.
Yes, and Sean will be in charge of our dogs.
Yes. Okay.
And finally, I am Patrick. I am at Patty Shakes or GSQD Patty Shakes on the internet. I am here only Friday nights. So come in, tune in for that special Arbalest treatment. As Dwayne said, thank you everyone who has liked, subscribed, followed, talked about, tweeted, liked a post about Vorpal Tales, because this is an amazing group of amazing human beings who are doing amazing things.
Thank you. And yes, I have been Steve, host for the evening. You can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade. As everyone mentioned, thank you all so much to everybody who has contributed any of their time, attention to us. We really appreciate it. Anytime you can tune in, any little bit that you can watch helps us tremendously. If you can, give us a follow, give us a like. If you choose to, if we're cool enough and you can subscribe to us on Twitch. Again, any support is greatly appreciated. We thank you all so much for being a part of Vorpal Tales. Remember our Patreon. Our Patreon is now active. We have many tiers available, a lot of cool things that we can offer to you. So swing by, check that out. If something is you fancy something, give it a go. Yes, 2 Fridays from tonight will be a special Pugmire one-shot run by Sean for charity, working with Onyx Path. You can check them out as well. But for tonight, we were playing Mutants and Masterminds. Sure. Uh-oh. Yes, that is a really good thing that I did not have written down, so thank you. Yes, we are very possibly participating in Gen Con, so keep an eye out for that. Also, as Tyler mentioned, the Kickstarter for Onyx Path, They Came From Beyond the Grave, will be starting on Tuesday. It is an amazing game as part of an amazing system that digs into the 60s and 70s Hammer-style horror. It is amazing. Like, give it a check. It's worth everything. We love it.
Is it on Tuesdays or Wednesdays?
The Kickstarter begins on Tuesday. We play on Wednesdays.
Okay.
Yes, good question. Clarification for that. So yes, you can check us out on Wednesdays on the Onyx Path channel specifically, where we can participate with that awesome group of people as well. But for tonight, we played Mutants and Masterminds 3rd Edition by Green Ronin Publishing. One of the absolute best superhero games out there. Give them a check. They have a lot of other games and systems as well. So check them out if you like cool games. Other than that, we want to thank you so much for being with us tonight. And until next time, which will be Monday, tune in for... Hold on. Monday, tune in for Mage, The Ascension, Technocracy, Reloaded.
So close. 20th anniversary edition, Mage.
20th Mage, The Ascension, 20th anniversary, Technocracy, Reloaded.
There it is.
A title like that, how do I not tune in and watch this?
Exactly. That will be our next game, as we're going to take the weekend off. But until next time, stay super.